Neither team has been defeated in the new year, and tonight, something has to give. With Peter McNabb in the Altitude Studios, I'm Mark Mosier at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. And Pete, again, it's been 3 months. The Avs can get to the top spot in the Central with a win tonight.
And it has been remarkable 4 weeks, almost to the day, since the Avalanche were in Nashville and lost that game, the bizarre game. Then there was the pause afterwards. But right now, the Colorado Avalanche are playing hockey exactly the way that I love to see them play. They're finding ways to win games. All I have ever cared about when I played, when I watch a game, do you win, do you lose? That's the whole thing. And the Avalanche right now are finding ways. Every single game. They're down 2, they're down 3. They are finding ways to win hockey games.
One guy that's helping them find ways to win all the time is Nazem Kadri. Pete, 46 points, tied for 4th in the NHL. He continues to produce.
Moj, last year, I must admit, set me back a bit. But this year, if you look at the last 19 games, he's had points in 18, and he has been the best player in the National Hockey League. Better than McDavid, better than Ovechkin, better than anybody else on his hockey club. Right now, Nazem Kadri is the hottest, best player in the National Hockey League.
If you like play from the blue line, you are in for a treat tonight. 3 of the best in the game. For the Preds, Pete, it's Roman Josi, and for the Avs, you know it's the top pair of Cale Makar and Devon Toews. These are some of the very best you can find.
And they're kind of at different stages of their careers. Roman Josi right now, the leader of this hockey club. He is a perennial all-star, up for the Norris Trophy, and he literally can do it all. He's tough when he has to be. He has got a bomb of a shot, and he is that leader for this club. That's a one, like Anaheim, I think is a surprise club. And then we got Cale Makar, the phenom, the guy that nobody can figure out what he's going to do next. He is just a spectacular talent that we are so lucky that we've got a couple of these guys on the Colorado Avalanche, because this guy, you want to watch the game. When Cale Makar plays, you want to watch the game. And then you got his defensive partner in Devon Toews, who may be as solid as any defense in the National Hockey League. You look at his minutes at the end of the game, he's way up there at 5-on-5, but then he's out there penalty killing. And his numbers offensively are outstanding. The other night he scores the goal in overtime to win the game for the Avalanche. He gets a big one last night. So for the Colorado Avalanche, they have those 2 guys that maybe push them over the edge as far as talent in the back end.
They may not be playing their best hockey, Peter, but this Avalanche team is finding ways to win games, all in comeback fashion, and that's impressive.
Moj, 5 times in a row they've been down. And not just, one goal, or not just like for a couple of minutes. For extended periods of time, and they come back to win. And you can feel the confidence growing inside of this club. What's the score? Who cares? We can come back and win. And that's what I've been waiting for. The Avalanche for too long were 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, we're comfortable. But then all of a sudden, if it went the other way, they kind of lost their way. Now they don't.
They do not, and the Avalanche wants to continue what it's been doing as of late, and that is winning. On the road in Music City with first place on the line. Does it get bigger than this in the regular season? Here we go, Avs and Preds next on Altitude.
What does it take to be
The Colorado Avalanche, and by Cigna, together all the way. A beautiful look at downtown Nashville, Tennessee, the site of tonight's huge matchup between the Avalanche and the Predators inside the Central Division. Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders, all presented by Holman Automotive. And of course, you look at it, Darcy Kemper, 16-5-0 this season. He's been red hot. But UC Saros at this point is one of the best goalies in the National Hockey League, having one of the best years. And Peter, you look at UC Saros' save percentage, .929. I don't know that it gets more impressive than that.
Mo, she's the best goaltender in hockey right now. There's no question about it. And does he go against the norm? I have buddies that swear he is not 5'10". Now, that's not how they make goaltenders in the National Hockey League right now. And he is so quick, so solid, and they have such confidence in him right now. Going away, in my mind, the best goaltender in hockey. And Moj, at the other end, is there a little bit of pressure on Kemper tonight in tonight's game? After two really good performances by Frankie, is there a little pressure on Kemper to come up with a big game?
And I think if you're Darcy Kemper, you know how good the guy at the other end has been playing. You want to try to match that tonight, and Avalanche fans would love to see it. The Predators win the draw. As that puck is steered to the Avs zone, Matt Duchene working in on Devon Taves. It's pushed to the near side, and McKinnon's in pursuit. Collision with Granlund. They joust that puck up the boards. Swept away comes to Duchene. Centering pass, stripped away, and here's Valachuskin blowing a tire. Tried to get it ahead for McKinnon, couldn't quite do it. Roman Josi could not work it around Cale Makar. He'll stay with the play, keeps control of the puck. Turns it deep, far side, shot, saved by Kemper at the post. Good puck movement by the Predators, caught the Avs a little bit by surprise. It was Nichushkin, unfortunately, blowing that tire and falling down inside of his own zone. Long shot there, saved by Kemper. Predators all over the Avs here in the early going. Turn, score! Did that puck go in? I believe it did. They say it did not. It might have went post to post. Did it go post to post? The crowd in front of me stood up, Pete. Here's Josi, deep. Drops it off far side for Duchene, who's been out there the entire time. Wrist shot off the post. It'll rim off the glass and comes all the way out.
Moj, if that had gone in, we would have heard by now. The National Hockey League would have blown the horn.
Everybody was standing up in front of me. It looked like a rimmed out, redirected save by Kemper, and there's a stop right there as he jumps on top at the top of his crease. So, Pete, I think this was a double doinker, to be honest with you, as it was sent from the far side.
Oh, absolutely. From where you're sitting and where I was viewing, you for sure thought it was in.
It went behind Kemper off both posts and then finally came back out. He did not know where that puck was. Actually, maybe just one post. There you go, on the near side. I'm sorry.
But Moj, and that would have been exactly what Kemper wouldn't have needed after the other night. So he gets a little break, and maybe he can go, okay, let's get this thing going. He's coming off a huge winning streak for the Avalanche, and you can't let one game bother you.
Absolutely. And, you know, Peter, again, it's a situation the Avs had the zone cleared, but Nichushkin just could not get that puck ahead as he lost an edge and fallen down across his blue line. And that's what started the whole situation again in the Avalanche end. Up to the point it comes. Bash down deep. Johansson stripped by Newhook. Carries far side, and Alex Newhook able to flop that one across the red line. Brought in by Obe Kubel. Has Compher in the slot. Back to Obe Kubel. Kicked away by Saros as it went off. A Nashville Predator leg up top, and a bomb blocked away. And here come the Preds on the attack. Cousins to the near side, picked up by Girard. Got through to the front of the net. Cousins slides it into Kemper, and the puck is loose. Comes to the near side, and Obe Kubel able to scoot that one into the neutral zone. Could not get it around a man. Here comes Cousins back in. Gives it off for Fabro. He'll rim that puck around to the far side where McDermott awaits. In stride. McDermott one-hands that puck ahead. Just over 2 minutes into this game here at Bridgestone Arena. We've got no score. 3 shots for Nashville. 1 so far for the Avs as it's hammered in by Borowiecki. Sissons down the boards. Tried to play that puck. Knocked free. Comes back up top. Borowiecki threw it down the boards. Predators have control and a turnaround shot. Cut down to the slot shot. Score! Down in the low slot. A great play by Tanner Jeannot. Able to get that bouncing puck and bang it in off the post. It crawls across the goal line. And the Predators have the lead here with 17:28 to go in period number 1. This is not the start the Avalanche wanted.
It certainly isn't, Moj. And the idea is when you're coming off a game where your goaltender, you know, gets pulled, you want to give him a solid start. And the Avalanche, they're looking at the puck. And they just get out-muscled on the puck, and Nashville takes a solid 1-0 lead.
Jeannot parked himself in the low slot, able to bang that one home. His 12th goal of the season, very impressive as the Preds ice it after the draw, and we'll bring it all the way back down to the Nashville end. Well, the youngster's had a great start here to his career with the Predators.
Yeah, Mo, she's a rookie. And apparently, when you're talking to the Nashville people, he has invigorated this hockey club because they have turned themselves from a finesse club into one of the best, hardest hitting forechecking club in the National Hockey League.
And it's a team that averages over 3 goals per game. As Rantanen's kicked out of the draw, McKinnon will take it instead inside the near circle. So they are getting it done in different kinds of ways. And again, their goaltending has been stellar. McKinnon picks up the puck, works it through the corner. He'll fly through the trapezoid, chased far side. Given off from McCarr, slipped to check. Kale is down deep with a shot, and a save by Saros at the far post. You heard Keith talking about in the pregame show, the Preds want to try to just smother the ass. Josi cut down, no penalties called, Peter.
Did you see Saros right there? McCarr waited for him to drop the left shoulder on the post because he knows he's a small guy, but he didn't do it.
McCarr, terrific job to spring it ahead for Taves. Works it in, has McKinnon down the slot. McKinnon shoots, and a save by Juuse Saros. Both guys read that play incredibly well as the pace has been picked up here already at Bridgestone Arena. Back into the Avs zone, a strip move, and here is Rantanen to dish on the near side for Jack Johnson. He'll find himself a little bit of space, and now here comes number 3. Outlet gets through Kedley.
And Moshe, how easy does Saros make that save look?
Very painful. It's that calmness that we've been seeing lately out of the elite goalies. He just pounded it right away and stared McKinnon down. You're right about that. Chopped into the Avs zone by Johansson, played by Kemper. He'll fling it all the way down the ice, but that will be an icing call. And we'll come on back to the Avalanche zone.
Well, for the Avalanche, they're in very familiar territory, down by a goal. But Taves jumping up in the play. And the puck goes to the man you want. I love that pass. McCarr to Taves, 100 feet ahead of the play.
Yeah, Taves had read it well and sprung himself, and Cale Makar found him. Again, Makar was between the circles, and Taves was already flying into the neutral zone, but the Preds win the draw. Carrier.
The two of them are creating their own magic.
The defenseman to the far side, drops it off for Luff. Luff into the bottom of the circle. Couldn't get that puck through, and Girard is back on his skates. Bumps it up now for Andrei Burakovsky, rammed ahead. Predators have been aggressive in closing the gaps already in this one on the early going. They want to take away as much time and space as possible from the Avs top guns. Ekholm seeks shelter behind his net. Rams it ahead. Jeannot. Rink wide pass for Fabro. His offers him on the back check. Murray slides it off for Aube-Kubel. Outlet to Eric Johnson, and here comes the Condor. To the red line, he'll slam that puck in. Took a big hit on the far side. Crowd is reacting to that as he almost went into Predators bench. Tipped up top for JT, gives it off for EJ. Tried to throw it toward the slot, and that's off the skate, hits the screen, and the faceoff will stay in the Nashville zone. And a penalty is coming up on the Predators, going to be an interference call, and that will be on Fabro.
Predators, number 57, 2 minutes, interference.
So the Avs get the first power play opportunity of the game.
Well, now these are those plays in front of the net. Again, what do you allow? What do you not allow? Now, if you're going to make that call early, that is a call that has to be made late because the man's coming through the slot. You take him out of the play. I think it's a good call. But again, you know that for defensemen, how many of those? I mean, where does that fine line begin and end?
A real opportunity here for this Avalanche team as they win the draw. Makar walks it straight away, delivers off McKinnon, one-timer deflected wide of the net. You see the numbers there. Avs power play is 8th. The Nashville penalty kill is also 8th. In fact, they're in the top 10 in both the power play and the penalty kill of the Preds. And a lot of that starts in terms of the penalty kill with their net mining and Juuse Saros. Here come the Avs again. Kadri wanted to slingshot it back and now does for McKinnon. He will work his way through the neutral zone. Into the Predators end, tried to find Kadri, has to retrieve that puck himself, but dropped it up to Ekholm. And down it will go deep into the Avalanche zone. Avs are 40 seconds into the first power play of the game, trailing 1-0 after the goal by Tanner Jeannot. Here comes Nathan MacKinnon, right up the middle. Darts ahead and finds Rantanen. Mikko to the far side, bangs it back to the point. Makar. Long wrist shot there, deflected, never got through. And Kadri had it on his blade, but couldn't quite pull it to the forehand and get the shot off, as the second unit will now come on for Jared Bednar. Bednar has been named the head coach of the Central Division in the upcoming All-Star game in Las Vegas. Burakovsky drops it for Girard. Now he'll find Taves. Back down the board, Sammy G. All the way to the hashes. Taves at the point, awaited. Gives it back for Girard. No seam pass, works it in. Tried to dump it at the top of the crease. It's deflected up into the screen. All right, here's what it will take to ensure the win. Presented by AAA Insurance.
For the Colorado Avalanche, it's a first-place battle. You've been looking forward to this for a while. You're 5-0. You come into Nashville, the last place you lost way back in the middle of December, and solid support, meaning that, like Andre Kubel last night, from that back part of your lineup.
Here comes Girard again. Gives it up for Taves. One-timer, kick save by Saros, and that puck frees up and out of the zone. This season, the Avs have allowed 2 shorthanded goals, but the Predators have yet to score one. And you don't want to start right now if you're the Avs in that direction. Here comes Burakovsky again. Gives it up now for Newhook. Newhook bangs it back to the point. I'm winding down, 10 seconds to go in the power play. Girard deep into the corner was chased, gives it up top. Taves sweeps it now. Burakovsky with a wrist shot. That's over the top of the net, just missed. Out of the box comes Fabro, and the Avs will be 0 for 1. Newhook turns it far side. It went off the skate, and out it comes through Fabro. And back down to the Avalanche, and that was close. You always worry about that guy, Pete, jumping out of that box, and you don't want him to have those fresh legs to get a handle on things. An icing call on the Avs as that pass missed Kubel.
Well, for the Colorado Avalanche, you know, we're not able to be around them, but I got to think they're just on cloud 9. They know they're not playing well. I mean, they're simply not playing well. Inside of games, they are getting dominated by the opposition, but then all of a sudden the switch comes on and they just take over. And last night's game was kind of a first 2 periods. The third period was so exciting. It was unbelievable.
Here comes Logan O'Connor. His speed can be unbelievable as he tries to work in on Benning far side. Got hit in the corner. Kubel to meet him just outside the trapezoid. Loose puck pushed up top, and EJ takes it. Johnson looking for his shooting lane. Now fires that puck, and it went off a body right in front of Saros. And there were 5 players stacked up in front of the Nashville netminder. You could never get that one through. I don't know how shooters try to get it through from outside sometimes. It's just everybody goes into the slot. McCarron back to the Avalanche end. Johnson takes it away and finds his deep partner, Jack Johnson, far side. Rammed up and through the Avs into the Nashville zone. There is no icing here with 12:08 to go, period number 1. The Predators have the 1-0 lead. Fabro rams it up ice. That's knocked away from Matt Duchene. Rolls to a stick, and there's a shot. A save by Darcy Kemper. He's going to hang on, and we will take a timeout. It's our first of the game. The Predators hold the 1-0 lead. Jeannot, the rookie, his 12th of the season. It's the difference maker so far. Again, Pete, I know I sound like a broken record, but with this Colorado Avalanche team, one way or the other, the yes is hitting 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I'm sending the girls through school betting on this. It's like, here, take this. I mean, it is remarkable how games set themselves up. So a lot of times, you know, you're looking to play a little bit of that chess match 0-0 the first 12, 14 minutes. Not with this Avalanche team. It's just let's get going.
That puck is lofted out by Rantanen, and it's gloved down by the Preds. That will be a hand pass. Sondermind is changing the way people focus on their mental health, because mental health is physical health. Go to Sondermind.com. How therapy works. The draw will be at center ice. Valnichushkin now skating on the top line as he did late last night with McKinnon and Rantanen. The Avs win it to Kale. Makar right up the middle.
Sorry, Moj, if you're looking for that guy that fits the mold of a Landeskog, Nichushkin certainly is that guy. Big, fast, not going to be as skilled as Landeskog, obviously, but he fits perfectly in that role.
Yeah, certainly strong, too. As you said, the Predators have become a team that's going to press the issue a little bit more and be a little bit physical on you more than they have been in the past. Duchesne down the goal line to the near side. Rips that one to the point. It hops through Benning's skate, and a foot race to Nichushkin trying to push it ahead. And a great recovery by Josi as Taves brings it in. Devon Taves is deep in front, and a save by Saros. It went right through the crease. Renton cut down and banged it in the boards on the far side, and a penalty coming up on the Predators. It will be a trip. So the Avs will get their second power play opportunity of period number 1 as Tolvanen has gone to the box.
Number 28, minor penalty, tripping.
Mikko was racing for it, Peter, and that's what happens.
Well, you did get a guy's feet going into the boards, but the Nichushkin race was, I'll tell you, if that guy on the other side hadn't been there, he just blew by him. And then for the Colorado Avalanche, Taves, again, up on the play motion. His confidence is just growing and growing.
One-timer wide of the net by Mikko comes to McKinnon. The Avs did not have a shot on goal in their first power play chance here in the first. Back up top, McCarr will walk the line, looks for a shooting lane, dishes back to McKinnon. Reds had run at him, ripped off for McCarr. Choosing a spot, McKinnon fakes the one-timer. Rake wide, here's Mikko to the dot with a shot. Saved by Saros, rebound pounded at, and Saros has it. Now we've got pushing and shoving. Calgary wanted to go for that loose puck before it was finally secured by Juuse Saros, and the Preds want to push the Avs off their netminder.
I always get the biggest kick. At the end of this play, watch the guy that has Nichushkin. You're trying to out-muscle him. He's in there poking, and all of a sudden they grab him, and, you know, he just sort of shakes them off. Good, solid play right there. There, the guy, Sissons, is coming in with Nichushkin, and he's going, well, that's a pretty strong guy I got right here. Why don't I just let him go?
Guys like, did I grab Nichushkin or did I grab a elk?
Just a great big bear.
Yeah, something like that. Here's McCarr straight away looking. Dishes off to McKinnon. Shot! Deflected over the top by Val Nichushkin. McCarr finds McKinnon again. Lost the handle on that. Run at by McCarron. Got free. Up top, it's Kale. Top of the circles with a shot, and it's blocked out of the zone. McCarr will have to go retrieve as Cunnin did a good job to get in that shooting lane. Avs 50 seconds into power play number 2. McKinnon walks it into the slot. Couldn't get the shot off as the Preds completed their change just in time. Comes to McCarr. He'll find McKinnon. High slot with a wrist shot. Knocked down in front again. Loose puck poked away from Borowiecki. Turnaround shot saved by Saros. Val was hovering. McCarr looking, surveying to McKinnon. It was in his skates. Comes to Kadri, and that could have been a sure thing. Just missed him. Kadri tried to shimmy away from Colton Sissons. Finds McKinnon. He'll dart himself into the circle with his shot. Easy save by Saros. He corrals it right on the Predators logo.
I've been watching Saros, Moj, as you've been talking. Man, oh man, does he play low. I mean, from his shoulders up, there seems to be all of this room before, you know, between his shoulders and the crossbar, the way he plays. But then the minute the shot starts to come towards him, he kind of elevates. And amazingly, the net disappears.
Is he 5'11" the way that I'm 6'2"?
Yeah, well, the way that I'm 6'11". no, I've had people swear that he's 5'8".
Here is Sammy Girard. Second unit is out. 25 seconds to go on the power play. It's a golden opportunity into the slot. Knocked away by Saros and a good read. Burakovsky darting and shooting. Save. Rebound. Loose. Puck kicked into the corner. Rim back to the point. Time now again winding down. 12 to go in the power play. Girard to the circle. Back to Taves, and he fanned on the one-timer. Good back check by Newhook. See if the Avs can get one more opportunity. Rammed up ice. It's off of Comfer. It was deflected as the Predators were in a change, but he couldn't handle it. The Avs now 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. 3 shots on goal on that opportunity.
And Moj, that's not good. You know, you want to get a little bit more going offensively. In the first 10 minutes, you get 2 power plays against this Nashville club.
Fabbro with a long shot. That's deflected up into the screen. And we'll take a break. 8 minutes and 46 seconds to go here, period number 1. Each team with 6 shots on goal in Nashville, but it's the Predators with a 1-0 lead. Presented by BetMGM, the king of sports books in Nashville at home. The goals are aplenty. You see, the over is hit in 6 of the last 7 home games, and Pete, the Avs have hit the over in their last 5 road games. So we have a 1-0 game now. Will the dam break a little bit later on?
Oh, you know, Moj, if they get 1 goal every 10 minutes, you know, we'll be right on pace.
We'll see what happens here as Josi got stuffed down to the ice. Tyson Jost was all over him, and now Murray with a long lead pass to McDermott. Curtis McDermott stood up by Fabro, trying to fight through that check into the far corner. As bodies crash along the inboards, Maltsev is there for the Avs. Maltsev on the taxi squad activated tonight. Murray could not flip that through a body as Cunningham got in the way and had to up down deep to give the Avs a little bit of room. McDermott with a hit on the far side on Fabro yet again. Here comes Josi to sweep it for Granlund. Through center ice. The Avalanche zone. It's dumped to the side of the cage by Cousins. Blocked it away there by Kemper. And the Predators pick up the loose puck. Cross ice pass pushed to the front. Kicked away by Kemper. And here comes Mikko. Rantanen has McKinnon with him and Nichushkin. McKinnon could not do the twisty move as he was picked up. Rammed up ice for Granlund. Makar's on him with his shot. And it rims off the glass all the way to the near side. Pushed up the boards. McKinnon had it hop right through him. He'll still pursue with Mikko. Comes to McKinnon off the end of his twig and fired to Matt Duchene. Works it back down the right wing and wants to dish, but nowhere to go but a dump down deep. Sissons got through McKinnon. Now the top line's been out there for a little bit. Made a partial change as Logan O'Connor was on. Sent to the front of the net. Hit a skate right in front of Kemper. Matt Duchene with 6 goals in 7 games against his former team. That outlet by O'Connor, high off the glass in front of the penalty boxes. From his own zone, Luff able to lob it out. Avs will steer that one back here.
Moj, I'm back here in Denver. You're there. And I don't feel an intensity in this game to this point. And it's, you know, I thought it was going to come out and just be a slam bam situation, but both teams seem to really respect each other's abilities.
Yeah, that's for sure, Peter. And of course, the Avs did play last night.
Yeah.
And so you want to get those legs going again. You want to start feeling a little bit here. And again, if you can perhaps get to the room with the comeback ability this team has shown in their last 5, if you can get to the room trailing by a goal or even tied, that's, I think, exactly what you'll take. Eric Johnson with a wrist shot saved by Saros. He's able to corral it. And we talked about the outstanding defensemen playing in this contest here tonight. Look at these 3, Pete. A point per game or better.
Yeah, and for a defenseman, you have to understand these are gigantic numbers. The fact that Taves and Makar play in the same team and play together make it almost mind-boggling. And Roman Josi, he has been the star of this team for a long time. But Cale Makar, people still, they're still talking about the overtime goal in Chicago, and they probably never stop. But they cannot figure this kid out. They don't know what he does so well.
Murray with a pass off the end boards to Kadri, back to Ryan Murray. Swings it off for EJ. Long wrist shot, save in front, knocked free. Saros had gone down into his butterfly. Burakovsky back on his skates. Here's Kadri to pump it up top. Murray with a long shot, saved by Saros. And he'll hold on with his catching glove with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the first period. Avs with 7 shots, Pete. The Preds with 8, so not a heck of a pace as you were talking about.
No, but you know what, Moj? Saros, not only the Vezina, right now he may be a prime candidate for the Hart Trophy for MVP. Because Nashville, in first place right now, is a huge surprise.
Yeah, it really is. John Hines has done a great job, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, he's turned everything over. This club used to play fancy on the perimeter. Now it's right in behind, in-your-face hockey.
And again, they're doing it with some serious high-end talent. We know that. We know what they've got, but they've been able to support that and supplant guys who have left with guys who are hungry and guys who simply are welcoming the opportunity, like a Tanner Jeannot. Set up ice. Here comes the spring with left on the slot. Into the up zone. He shoots it over the top of the net. Oh, goodness, what a pass. Up to Luff, and he was able to cut through both defensemen.
Well, maybe that'll open up things a little bit as far as the offensive juice in this game.
Kubel off a 2-goal game last night. Hitting off that puck. Good job there by Sissons. Avs continue to fight for it, though, and a bouncing puck escapes the zone. Luff jammed that. It did a roll off for Girard. Here is Sammy G. Gets it ahead for Jost. Cuts it in. Wrist shot off the leg and over the top of the net. Good quick release by Jost. Reds weave their way back in. There's a shot and a save by Kemper. He's going to hold on as Cousins let it fly. 5:18 left here in the first period. Luff down the slot, and he lifts it right over the top. All right, Kyle, thanks. And I'll tell you that Aaron Ekblad, he's starting to turn the wick up on his season as we approach the midway point. A couple of big wristers from outside. He scores on one, gets a redirect on the other. Oh, that division is just diabolical.
And Moj, how great. Andrew Brunette is going to be coach of the Atlantic Division All-Star team.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
Oh, my gosh. When Joe Quenneville stepped down, everybody panicked around what was going to happen in Florida. Intern with Andrew Brunette, he's done a great job.
McKinnon bumps it to the point, but Taves had gone down the boards. A miscommunication. Ekholm was into the end zone to the front of the net, and a save by Kemper as the big defenseman worked his way right to the blue paint. Here's Val. He'll dump it in and just missed, getting knocked down by Carrier. Outlet missed the target. This will be an icing call on the Preds. 4:32 to go here, period number one. And Matthias Ekholm, who got tuned up by Landeskog earlier this season, had an opportunity.
Yeah, Ekholm, now he's coming down on McKinnon. He knows he's a forward, and anytime you're against a forward, you're going to take that extra chance.
Right there to the front of the net.
Yeah.
Kemper got that blocker down and followed the play well.
Nice save. Really a better save, I think, than we thought.
Lobbed out by the Preds, and across the red line, battle for Cadley. Took a poke, rolls to the Av zone. Predators come up with it. Granlund playing pinball. Now Eric Johnson with a shimmy move to the near side. EJ got cut off. He'll just march away from traffic as he's got a stick stuck in his skate. To the far side, poked at by Kadri, comes out of the zone, rips it off for Sammy G. Girard with some speed. Will not drop it, now does. Into the slot, shot over the top of the net by Kadri. I don't know if it was deflected. Here's Eric Johnson, fakes the slapper, looking, drops it off. Girard, a wrist shot, saved by Saros. Oh, and the Avs couldn't pull the trigger again. Two sweeps by Kadri, and he had a wide open net. Just couldn't convert. Avs now starting to pick up the pace as the puck lays in front of the penalty boxes. Back to his own zone, Girard. Avs have gotten a change. New hook on the ice with Kubel. And JT Compher is now emerged. Tipped ahead by New Hook. Predators cut that one right off at their blue line in a good defensive play. Jack Johnson with a pool cue motion, and it's a hand pass on the Nashville Predators.
You know, Moj, the more that you watch this Nashville club, the more you realize that they work hard, they're aggressive, but then they're not perfect defensively. Then Saros has really been good. Kadri right, just can't find that puck.
You see
Last
two
night,
sweeps,
beautiful.
one and two. Oh, man.
Well, it was just bouncing, and oh, is that frustrating?
He read it well, was in proper position, but the puck just bounced not once but twice on him. Schuster tied up, jams it ahead for Mikko. Rantanen finds McKinnon. He'll dump it in as he got chipped by Roman Josi. Fights with Fabro for that puck. Fabro shielding with his backside. Steered ahead. Josi up the middle. Throws it down the low slot. Avs pounded away. McKinnon bangs it ahead. Knocked down by Sissons and kept in. Luff Corralled by Murray momentarily. He's trying to squirt his way through the corner board. McKinnon joins the fray. That puck is loose to Colton Sissons. Not tied up. Reds pick it up. That is Geno, the only goal scorer so far. Nashville will have to get a change. Murray will dish off for Jack Johnson. Down to the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds of period number 1. It's a 1-0 Nashville lead. Wrapped ahead. McDermott got a stick on that as Maltsev will pursue, but Saros very active out of his crease. Up the boards, and the Preds do not have an easy clear. Carrier, one net by Jost. They both go down. There's help in the near side, and that puck is finally lifted out across the red line. Raced at by the Predators. Carrier has to dump it far side. Nashville making a beeline, but Devon Taves sure-handed. Fires it up for Maltsev. He'll find Burakovsky. Good job by Benning. Now it's given away. Watch out. Cousins is in. Down the slot with a shot. Saved by Kemper. And he'll scoop the rebound underneath his catching glove. All right, it's time for tonight's Taco Bell take.
Well, Lee Blair and I were talking about this morning. Look, this club is 5-0. They've been trailing for 134 minutes. Tied for 90, basically. They've been leading for 79-35 the last 5 hockey games, and somehow they're 5-0. 5 comeback wins in a row. Moshe, this is a club that didn't have one until Anaheim.
Chopped down at the top of the circles. Aube-Kubel got high sticked. Checking his face. He's back on his skates. There was no call. Yeah, Pete, they didn't have one until Anaheim, and then they made a habit of it.
Oh,
they have to do it again here tonight as they trail 1-0.
And the Toronto game, to me, they're going to have to go a long way to have a better hockey game than that.
That was deflected wide of the net by the Preds. Avs just want to get it out, but Josi takes command, gives it off in the slot. There's a shot, score! Luke Cunnin walked toward the hash, is able to fire it past Darcy Kemper, who got lost in traffic a little bit in his crease, and it's a 2-0 Nashville lead. And that's a tough one to give up with under a minute to go in period number 1.
A whole bunch of reasons why this is not a good goal. But one of the main ones is, Moshe, what you just said. The last minute. You know, you just don't want to give up anything in the other team's building. You haven't played great, but you were only down 1-0. Get into the locker room. Now you're down 2. But you've been coming back. Maybe they're right in their wheelhouse. Maybe it's got to be 2-0 before they start to play.
Well, I'm sure that they're going to be confident that they can come back, but for Jared Bednar, this is not a habit that he wants his team to get into. That is for sure. Duchesne collides with Newhook, and a penalty coming up on the Avalanche. It's going to be an interference call on Alex Newhook.
Ooh.
Delayed call as there goes Saros to the bench, and here comes Granlund. He'll jam that one off an Avalanche player. Pursuing is Duchesne. Tyson Jost is on him. It's given off in the corner for Cousins. He'll rim it around here for space. Fabro at the point. Back it comes to Fabro. Josi is straight away. Stick handles down that blue line. Shoveled far side. Centering pass broken up by Jost, and the Avs can't gain possession. Back to the point it goes. Finally, the Avs will touch up in the circle as Taves clears it out with 7.9 seconds left here in period number 1, and a very difficult penalty to take. Was it a collision?
Number 18,
I thought it.
minor penalty, tripping.
That's actually a tripping call, Pete. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be an interference penalty, as they just looked like they collided on the far side.
Let's have another look right here. You know what?
Yeah,
when
the stick goes between the legs, that's can opener city.
But you know what's interesting? That penalty would have been called right away with 45 seconds remaining. Instead of going all the way down to 8 seconds, so Nashville's going to get just about a pure two minutes to start the second period.
Here's a draw near circle. Puck is down, Preds with it. Josi walking it in. A shimmy move, high slot with a shot wide of the net. Duchesne pokes it away for Johansson. Sent to the far side, and the Avs are able to get a hold and clear it up and away. So the Avalanche will go to the room trailing by a deuce. And again, that late goal, a tough one, mental-wise, as you go back to your room.
Yeah, because this is a Nashville club that is playing well with lots and lots of home ice confidence.
At the end of one here at Bridgestone Arena, it's the Nashville Predators 2 and your Colorado Avalanche nothing. And you're watching Colorado Avalanche hockey on Altitude. Coming up after the break, stay tuned. You've got Kyle, you've got Riker, you've got highlights and more on the Intermission Report. Stick with us.
Arena in downtown Nashville. The Avalanche had 2 power play opportunities, no goals. Haven't been able to score in their last 9. 2.5 into the game. The Preds all over the Avs early. Tanner Janot.
Yeah, Nashville just coming out, and you were hoping the Avalanche would score first in this game, being sharp from playing last night. But this was the worst case scenario right here. Just a shot in front, kind of makes off Eric Johnson, and Johnny on the spot, trickles in, and we're thinking, don't let it be, Kiefer. Don't let it be.
Well, under a minute to go. You don't want to turn it over here, and the Avs do. Luke Kunin from Yossi, he buries a 5-hole. That one hurts, Riker.
Yeah, terrible. This is just pure yak mode here. The Avs are ripe for the picking, and they are currently getting picked right here. Just holds on. Eric Johnson slides out of the way, and kind of a bit of a muffin right on the ice, but good patience in the slot there. That was a smart play.
Well, you knew it was going to be a tough situation for Colorado with 4 games in 6 days, right? They had to do the travel. They got into the hotel at 3:15 in the morning, taking on a team that hasn't played in 3 days. You've had all those comeback wins. Now, on top of that, you're down 2-0.
Yeah, usually I find a silver lining, something that says, here, they're doing this well. You got a lot of hockey left, all that kind of stuff. I got to tell you, folks, they had some huge emotional come-from-behind victories. Ball Arena was maxing, felt like a playoff game, had game 3, 4, 6, 7 fire and energy. And now here you are, 4 games in 6 nights in Nashville after winning so much hockey. They're going to have to dig deep in the tank to find this one. Now, they do have the next 2 days off. There's a silver lining, right? Tomorrow's going to be a complete day off for this team. 1 day practice to get back at it. But right now, after those big emotional wins, we'll see what this team's got here, because Nashville, they want this victory bad, and they're rested.
Yeah.
And the Avs,
and they're on top of the division.
Avs are sitting on what, quarter tank fuel here?
Yeah. Get ready for March and April, where there's a game every other day.
Right. And then, but more teams will be similar in that scenario.
Yeah.
Right now, Avs are gassed. Nashville's hungry and rested. None of this looks good for the Avs right now.
But we've seen them do it before. In fact,
oh, you optimistic guy.
5 times
Kiefer's
in a
still
row.
feeling it, folks.
Just saying.
I'm saying no chance. Kiefer's like, we're coming back winning 72.
5 times.
Yes.
Happened 5 times. Last 5 games. Who will be right? Me or
come
Riker?
on. I hope you're right,
I hope I am too. Denver. Talk about that schedule. It's not going to get any easier, but they will get a couple days to sort of recharge the batteries. Coming up on Friday, they'll take on the Arizona Coyotes. Same scenario, basically, as well. So, like you did last night, you played Seattle on the road, 3:15 in the morning. You know, you show
Same
up.
team, though, at least.
Yeah, it's the same team.
They'll be racing on the flight back, so you can hit the runway first.
Exactly.
They'll race planes. That's what they do. Did you know that?
Well, 17
jet
points. 17 points for the Arizona Coyotes. I mean, that's 7 wins.
Yeah, Arizona's in tough. And the kickers, Arizona had 6 guys, including their coach, go into COVID protocol, but they play Toronto tomorrow night. So as long as that game is greenlit tomorrow in Toronto, we'll know the COVID.
It's in Arizona.
We'll know the COVID's in control there, and then
Exactly.
the Avs Arizona games will be secured too. So
Minnesota 2 back of the Avs.
can't wait for that game.
Anaheim.
1 p.m. Woo!
Anaheim, well, that's MLK Day as well, so you have a lot of kids out there.
That is going to be an awesome day.
Anaheim's played 38 games.
The Duckles.
To put it in perspective, Colorado's played 32, 33 games. They played 38 games.
Ducks are good. Troy Terry getting it done.
Well, so there you go. That's what's coming up. See if the boys can battle back here in the second and third and make something of this game here tonight in Nashville. They'll have to start on the PK. Late penalty. Alex Newhook will start in the box.
At King Soopers, you can get personalized.
We don't need you to sing. That is one cool thing about Nashville, although...
Live tunes, all intermission.
Yeah.
It's a neat deal.
I like it. All right, here's an update on tonight's Points Bet Minute. Pete and I going heavy tonight. Kadri, boy, he had 3 really good opportunities. Couldn't find the back of the net. Mikko looking for a big second period here. Duchesne has not scored.
Okay, I would. Hey,
Not scored.
Keeper.
I was just having some fun, you know. Avs and Nuggets both to win. Need the Avs to get her going here a little bit. Nuggets coming up later. They play the Clippers tonight, but why not? You know, we're Denver guys. Let's do it.
Let's do it. You know, and the key here in the third, Kiefer, guys got to be relaxed. Play loose. Have some fun. Really, this much hockey, just have fun. Go let the talent run. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and get some pucks on that. Because right now, you got the worst case scenario. You got all the hockey we talked about. 4 games in 6 days. Now you're down 2. And the other team's rinking into 3M. Everything is against you. So just flip the switch and just relax and go play hockey. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. See if you can come up with a little golden nugget here.
Well, and Pete and Mose are talking about Saros. Like he's this gigantic crab that just creeps down inside his crease.
Playing amazing stuff.
And then they pack the box, right? So you're going to have to find something from outside.
Everything's stacked against you. It's like you playing me in golf. We got to give you so many shots because it's just stacked against Kiefer. I'm so good and you're so bad. Something like that.
First it was a tie, now it's gone. He knows as well as I do. He's never even gotten this.
All right, it's the other way around. Al shoots in the 70s all the time.
Thanks for watching the Avalanche Intermission Report.
Award-winning destination.
DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet live now with the only top-rated sportsbook app that matters. First Bank. For over 56 years, First Bank has always rooted for the home team. First Bank. Banking for good. Member FDIC. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new perfectly spicy $5.99 Cluck Sandwich Combo. Welcome back to Bridgestone Arena. I'm Mark Mosier here in Nashville. Peter McNabb in the Altitude Studios. The Avs trailing the Predators by a score of 2-0, getting ready for period 2. And they've still got some penalty kills to do here to begin this second. Let's take a look at the ball recycle reel highlights. And you see Saros is already having a great game.
And Mose, we were wondering, what has been the key to this Nashville club? And they've looked a little unsteady defensively. Nashville has in that first period, but this guy has been rock solid. So if the Avalanche are going to set a new franchise record on coming from behind 6 games in a row, there's the #1 guy that they're going to have to beat. And you know what's going to be interesting? Pekka Rinne, 6'6". And he was behind Pekka Rinne, studying the game. What do you learn from somebody that's 8 inches taller than you? You learn the mental part of the game. You learn so many things. Because I guess Pekka Rinne was a wonderful mentor to this guy. But you talk about a Mutt and Jeff situation.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Avs have to be good here on the PK to begin the second period, then try to get back into this contest, trailing by a couple of tallies. Here are the Geico stats for bundling made easy. Just go to geico.com. Duchesne is in. Tolvanen slides it back for Duchesne. It's rimmed off the end glass. Brandlin will push it to the point for Roman Josi. Alex Newhook is in the box for tripping. Josi straight away. Fires it for Johansson. Now there's a one-timer over the top of the net by Tolvanen. That was a big-time shot. Didn't realize the kid had that kind of a bomb. Set in front, pushed wide of the net by Johansson. Duchesne back to Josi. Red's now on the perimeter. Ripped off for Tolvanen. Swings it rink wide and a shot tipped in front. What a save by Kemper. And it's up and out on the redirect. Great job by Darcy Kemper to read that one. Brandlin working his way off for Duchesne. Checked from behind. Puck is loose and turned all the way down by Eric Johnson.
Moj, nice save, big save by Kemper.
And we've been seeing this pattern as of late, Pete. Maybe you give up a 1 or 2 and then lock it down to allow your team to get back into the contest. And that's what Kemper just did right there. Got to do more of it. 30 seconds to go on the kill for the Avs. They're first to the contest. Up it comes to the point. Carrier chased by Jost. Avs can't get that puck from him. Swept into the corner. Now back to Carrier. The defenseman top of the circle with his shot. Gloved by Kemper, and he'll jump on top of the loose change.
Moj, you can see this one developing. Watch the right pad of Kemper. That is one, it's a really big save, but it's a great read. He comes across with that pad flat on the ice. That was big for him and the team.
Absolutely it was. Keeps it a 2-goal game. 13 seconds now to go in this penalty kill for the Colorado Avalanche. JT Compher is now out to take the draw. Preds they'll win it. Up top, one-timer deflected over the top of the net. Ekholm let it go. Back down deep, Cunnin throws it right through the blue paint, trying to find Tomasino on the far side. Avs dodge right there, and out of the box comes Alex Newhook. He'll race into the play. Ekholm with a wrist shot, saved by Kemper, and he's got control of that puck. 16 shots on goal now for the Nashville Predators. You see right there, yeah, Pete, 12-1-0 in his last 13. That doesn't lie.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And the fact that, you know, that last game he had did not go on his record. I mean, he has just been good at home, on the road, most impressively at home. But for the Avalanche, those numbers have to stay that solid the rest of the season.
Here's the draw in the far circle as Newhook looks in. Preds win it to Josi. Right to the dot with his shot over the top of the net. Chipped up and out by Aube-Kubel. He absorbed a hit. We talked about it in the pregame show. Yeah, Nicholas Aube-Kubel did score 2 goals last night in the win at home in the comeback fashion against Seattle. But he's had 20 hits over his last 4 games. So he's been very engaged physically.
I love what the coach says about Kubel. He's sturdy.
Burakovsky with a quick shot. Yeah, it's a good way to put it, isn't it?
Well, when you're 6 foot, 6'1", 215, 17 pounds, you're sturdy.
Saved by Darcy Kemper. That puck caught him in the upper body. And he's able to gather control of the top of his crease.
Well, jumping up into the play, they're on the fly right here. There's 5 Avalanche players, most right there. And yet the man's able to walk in and be at prime. That was a really good scoring chance.
It was mask high. They caught Darcy Kemper in the shoulder. So the job of killing the rest of the Nashville power play is over. Now the Avs have to get to work offensively, going back the other way. This draw in their zone again won by the Preds. Borowiecki's shot never got through. It's taken by Nichushkin. Had a Predator on him immediately. That was Tolvanen, but now Nathan McKinnon with a wrist shot. That's off the leg and wide. The Predators defenseman Borowiecki had gotten in the way. McKinnon tried to cut it through the corner, had one taken free. Sent up top through Eric Johnson, and out he comes back to the Avalanche line. Right now, Eric Johnson is out there with Devon Taves. EJ through center ice, got cut off, and the puck is loose. Swept that by Nichushkin, couldn't grab it. Sent back to the Avalanche zone. Maltsev is off the bench. Icing is waved off. Mikhail Maltsev, pinned by Benning. This pair started the game for John Hines and the Nashville Predators. Puck finally scores free. Nichushkin got cut down. He's back on his skates, and McDermott is pushed off the puck by Duchesne. Up the boards it comes. Kicked that by Jack Johnson. Now Murray keeps it in the zone. Nice play there. He'll dart it down the boards, near side to far, pinching in. Tyson Jost off the bench to the near circle with a turnaround shot and a save by Saros as Maltsev had jumped out of the way. Back it comes for Murray. Funnels it off. Jost straight away with a wrister. Knocked down in front. Saved by Saros. McDermott tried it off the near side, and it hit the right pad of Saros right at the post. The Preds able to steer it all the way down.
Great shift by the 4th line for the Avalanche. They came out, they put pressure. Tyson Jost, 3 really good opportunities.
Nazem Kadri through traffic will dump that puck in. Cale Makar has emerged from the Avalanche bench. He's now playing with Samuel Girard. Give it up now. Here comes the 4th line for the Predators. Cole Smith able to bump that one deep into the Avs zone. Pushed it away from Makar. Now Tomasino stripped. Andre Burakovsky is moving. Gives it off for Kadri. Kadri in on the near side in a drag move. He'll peel up to McCall with a one-timer. Over the top of the net. It was a bomb. Burakovsky using his legs to get some space. Off of Logan O'Connor, it comes to Ekholm. Avs will backpedal away from him as he lobs it out. Smith steps across the line. Challenge. Taken away by Makar. Tries to bump it out of the zone as he took a hit. Kadri is back in. Drops it off. Nobody home at the top as Girard had swept himself to the near side. Here comes Tomasino in. A drag move and a shot. Saved by Kemper. Did that go over the top? It was rifled off a couple of things and then ricocheted. Kadri still out there. Pass down deep intended for Aube-Kubel. Deflected over the top of the net. It's Cousins. Tries the left wing, and Eric Johnson is back on. Taves, chased by Johansson, he's pinned. Cousins wants to go to the point and does. Jam to the near side, that puck is out of the zone. It'll give the Avs an opportunity to collect their thoughts. McKinnon had it taken away by Cousins. Here comes Colton Sissons back in with a wrister, deflected way off the top of the screen inside the Avalanche zone.
And Tyson Josu, Moshe doesn't have the production that he would like. But here McDermott and Josu, McDermott's been playing a lot more just forward for the Avalanche of late. And then the combination of Cottery to Makar, I'll tell you, the finding that open guy has become such a, what a great play by Kadri right there. But again, Moshe, they're getting dangerously close with some of these chances for Nashville.
Certainly are. When you see a Kadri peel like that and look for the trailer, Mikko Rantanen couldn't quite play catch up to that pocket. You see the trailer in the car, and you just know the shot is coming. You always hold your breath a little bit. Benning with a long wrist shot, hit Gerard, pushed wide of the cage by Luff. Chasing back to his own zone is Benning. Fires it up for Luff. Now Borowiecki will help. Gerard able to corral it as the linesman got dumped down just outside the Avalanche line. Gerard ahead, coughed it up. Ekholm has to wait for his teammate to get on side. Ekholm, a drag move into the corner. Here is Ekholm, gives it up, stuffed into the blue paint. The Avs will pick it up there, no real danger. Rantanen finds Gerard. Flipped ahead for Comfort, loves it down, tried to push it off for Newhook, and it's just out of the reach. Avs top line spent most of that shift in their own zone, which is not where they want to be, trailing by a score of 2-0. Connor was able to tip it out. Here comes Murray now for Jack Johnson. He'll find the red line. Snapped in. Off the divider between two panes of glass. Predators very efficient, Peter, in moving that puck up and out of their own end.
Like Anaheim, they're a way better passing club this season.
Granlund finds the trapezoid. Maltsev took a poke at it, but the Preds come away with it. Here's Granlund, throws it toward the crease. Avs come away. O'Connor has Newhook crashing in with him to the Predator zone. Down the slot, shot saved by Saros. Good little reception there, and then pushed by Alex Newhook. Received that pass and able to get it to the forehand, but Saros outweighted him there with the pad. Here is Newhook. Kicks it up to Cale Makar. He'll have to go back down the boards with it. Roman Josi bumps it for Duchesne. Kadri back to Taves. Here's Cale now. He'll work it in himself. Makar, a shimmy move. Centering pass, backhand, save. Rebound, off the post, score! Nicholas Aube-Kubel, he thought he might have hit the bar and gone down. Cleans up right in front of the crease. And it's now a 2-1 game. He's now scored his third goal in his last two contests.
After having just a couple of goals in his time with the Avalanche, but being effective. He does a wonderful job right there. And Moshe, who were the other two guys going to get assists?
Nazem Kadri with the first assist, Pete. 47 points on the season. And Cale Makar doing a great job to carry that mail all the way in himself.
When you look at who has started things for the Avalanche with a play here and a play there, it's Cale Makar. He is right now, he is that lifeblood. He's that heartbeat of the club. He's what gets this team going.
Popped up in the air, Burakovsky gives it ahead. Aube-Kubel is back in. He could not find Kadri with a little backhand pass. Avs try to stay with the play. Kadri, bottom of the circle, could not push it in front as it ricocheted right off the leg of Fabro. Good rub out here on the near side, and Aube-Kubel is throwing his body around. Avs tried to go to the point, but the Preds able to intercept, and Taves will pick up gun and poke that puck away. Stripped on the back check. Nice play there by the Avs. Here comes Burakovsky back in. He's got Makar with him. Top of the circles with his shot, and it didn't get through. He'll dive at it, kept alive. Great job by Burakovsky. Aube-Kubel now is at the end of his shift. Cousins steers it off, and the Predators will want to change as well. So the Avs right back in this contest, trailing by a 2-1 score. Johnson was stripped by McCarron. Now Smith works it, could not get the forehand. Borowiecki dumps it wide of the cage. Here is Cole Smith. There's a Tomasino, then got twisted around. Avs still battling for that puck. It's batted off. Rantanen tries the right wing around Borowiecki and got pushed out of the ice. No penalty called there. Immediate transition by the Predators. They've been doing this all night long. Tomasino hounded by Nichushkin as that puck is knocked loose. McKinnon throws it off for Mikko. Out it comes now, pushed ahead by Nichushkin, and there's another hit at the red line. McKinnon helping out, slides it off. Rantanen rushing in with a shot, deflected off a leg. A sliding Colton Sissons denied. Predators able to clear. The Avs picking up the tempo, Pete. You can feel it now here at Bridgestone Arena.
Moj, I can hear it in your voice. The Avalanche are starting to pick up the pace. And when you're down or when you're playing like the Avalanche want to play, you want that excitement on the ice.
Things getting physical. Rantanen has been dumped down not once but twice on this shift. Steered in. Joe's trying to get to the dot for the icing call, but just got held up, and it is an icing on the Avs.
So let's go back to the goal. Watch number 8. How he just absolutely controls the play. And now suddenly it's 2-1, and Kadri points in 19 out of 20 games, Moj.
A very impressive pace for Nazem Kadri.
I'm telling you, Moj, right now he's the best player in the National Hockey League.
And again, it's just those simple plays, Pete, not trying to do anything silly. He just batted it with the backhand. Duchesne dumps it down deep for Yossi. That was a designed play. Avs caught a bit of a break as Yossi couldn't handle that pass, and they're able to clear. Preds want to deny them the opportunity to change. Granlund back in, top of the circle, bumps it for Duchesne. Turns it toward the side of the net. Comes back to Duchesne, now Yossi, far side. Preds corral the puck, dumped down right through the top of that crease. Sent to the point, Yossi tries the bomb. It's blocked by Comfer, right to Duchesne's stick. He threw it to the front of the net. Preds turn and fire, and it's blocked away again by Murray. And right now the Avs in a bit of a troubling situation. Comfer will find that glass, and it goes off the glass into the penalty boxes. And the faceoff will be back in the Avalanche zone. 8:54 to go here in period at number 2. The Avs with a tally. They've gotten themselves close. It's 2-1. Yeah, we do, Kyle. That is for sure. Long shot there, missed the net. That puck rims around to the far side. Burakovsky takes it. He'll flip it up and out. Aube-Kubel will gather it in front of his bench. Carries it into the zone. Aube-Kubel works it up high. Turns it down the slot. Saved by Saros. And he will hold on at the top of his crease with 8 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in period number 2. Let's take a look at this play again as Saros tracked it. Aube-Kubel brings it in, and a nice little pivot move up top, but he's certainly feeling good about his game right now. Avs could not get to the front of the net to try and get any kind of rebound just because he hasn't coughed up a ton of rebounds here tonight. Here is Kadri in the far circle now for the draw. Avs with 17 shots on goal. The Predators have 18. Puck is down, kicked off now for Benning, and he'll find the glass. And it goes into the Colorado Avalanche bench. We'll do it all over again. Well, Nicholas Aube-Kubel had his first 2-goal game last night for this Avalanche team. A couple of beautiful tallies, Pete, against the Kraken.
Oh, and it always feels so good when you're not a guy that's going to score a lot, but you score inside of a win to help your, because he's still relatively new to the Avalanche. He's still getting involved with the Avalanche, watching them grow, watching what kind of team they are. But you do that, suddenly you're a teammate.
Certainly is. Loves being a Colorado Avalanche as Burakovsky got cut off. Here is Obi Kubel. Burakovsky with a one-timer, and it's blocked, and that stung Borowiecki. He's down on the ice and injured. Avs still having a shot. Score! Andre Burakovsky. Borowiecki's down. Burakovsky got to the top of the circles, able to rip the wrister home, and the Avs have tied the game at 2. The Predators were very angry. The action was not stopped. Pete, we've seen this before against the Colorado Avalanche.
And Moj, this is one of those really controversial plays. The referee made the decision that this was not in the head. He was not bleeding. He was not in quote-unquote serious trouble. So the play continues. And that obviously allowed Burakovsky to skate right by the fallen guy and throw the puck upstairs, top shelf, and suddenly the Avalanche are... Moj, I mean, look at this. They're not calling this back. They're not going to review this. The score is 2-2.
Yeah, this will be a good goal. We saw this happen to the Avalanche a couple of years ago when Matt Calvert was actually struck in the head with a slap shot and was down on the ice and was bleeding, and it was in Vancouver. And of course, the
Sedin brothers,
scoring,
yeah, one of the Sedin brothers was pointing towards him, saying, "Blow the whistle."
Let's take a look at this shot block again. The slapper, it looked like it went off his back, to be honest with you, Peter, his upper hip area. But I mean, it obviously hurts, and it stung Borowiecki in a big-time way.
And one of the problems is all the players for Nashville. Here's the shot. All the players for Nashville start pointing towards the injured player. They take their eye off the play, but Burakovsky walks in, and Moj, that's his 13th goal of the season. He's on a 30-goal pace.
Well, the crowd obviously gives their guy a hand as he's escorted over to the bench. And Burakovsky with a big slap shot from outside. That had to hurt for sure. But again, they allow the play to continue. I think the Avs back in the day against the Vancouver Canucks, the issue was, hey, it's Matt Calvert's head and he's bleeding. And of course, Pete, Nathan MacKinnon ended up winning that game in overtime to bring justice to the situation because the Avs were scored upon in a very similar fashion in that contest. And Borowiecki is I should say, in obvious despair as he heads down the tunnel.
And I have no idea, because he seemed to be body turned towards the shot. I have no idea where that got him. It looked like it got him on the hip or the back.
Either way, we've got a 2-2 game here in period number 2 at Bridgestone Arena. Josi tried to direct it through center ice. It was deflected. No tied up Girard. Here comes Alex Newhook, and he's got new life in his legs. Newhook all the way to the red line. Dumps it ahead. And poked away there by Fabro, who read the play well. Jeno to Josi. Kicks it to his blade. He works it into the corner. Swept around now. Fabro will pinch in. Dumps it up top for Sissons. Sent for Josi. He walks it straight away and gives it off. Fabro looks in and shoots wide of the net. Logan O'Connor trying to get that puck free from Jeno. It rolls up the boards. Avs finally able to clip it along the glass, and it rolls back down. There is no icing here, or is there? Yes. One linesman said no, and the other one said yes, and he was able to override him.
Let's go back and have another look at the goal. Right in the middle. See, Moj, I thought it hit him right in the butt.
Well, it might have.
And, I mean, that is one heavy shot, no question about it. But for the Avalanche, it scores now 2-2 in a period where they came into it trailing by 2. And, you know...
and they had to kill off the Nashville power play to begin period number 2.
Exactly, perfect. A minute 53 of that. And now all of a sudden we're back tied, and the Avalanche have all the confidence in the world going into the last 7 minutes of the second period.
Avs out shooting the Preds 9-6 here in period number 2. They win the draw, though, due to the Nashville Predators to Ekholm. Ran out of room. That puck is lifted out by Eric Johnson. Foot race. Played by Saros, and he'll sweep it aside. 7 minutes exactly to go here in the second period as Ekholm rams that puck ahead. Intercepted by McCarr, who read it well. Bump now for McKinnon. Stood up by Ekholm. Tried to find Cale Makar at the point. Give it up now. Mikko Rantanen is in. Fan of the wrist shot. Puck picked up by the Predators, and here's Ekholm back the other way. Up down the left wing. Avs have it again. Great job by Makar. He'll find Nichushkin, and he'll rumble down the right wing. Nichushkin wanted to go to the front of the net, but could not get the angle. Cross-ice pass shot, saved by Saros. Oh. He robs Devon Taves on a backdoor play. What a pass by Nichushkin, a better save by Juuse Saros. Andrei Burakovsky is 13th. Avs are tied. Tonight we feature the 19 and under Aspen Leafs girls team. They captured the 2021 Adele tournament and currently sit in first place in the CGHL with an 8-1-2 record. Very impressive. To learn more about youth hockey in Colorado, please visit co.hockey. Well, Devon Taves leading all defensemen of the NHL in points per game, Peter, and he almost had another one right there.
And again, I'm watching the confidence. You know, he's playing with Makar, which you can go, oh, well, anybody can do that. No, you cannot. Cale Makar is one of the most dangerous players in the National Hockey League to play with because he's brilliant. He's going to be up the ice. But look what he has been able to do, Moshe. He is plus 26 atop the National Hockey League. That is remarkable because Makar's plus minus isn't that good. He just, night after night, he's just always plus.
Great shot there by Cale Makar. Saros able to maintain his position, make the save. Burakovsky has it now. Into the far circle. Cross check by Josi. Burakovsky trying to get loose, dishes off. Fed to Makar. Long wrist shot, saved by Saros. That one skidded right down on the ice. Nazem Kadri chased to the point. That puck eludes Aube-Kubel. Cousins takes a hit, ridden off that puck. Nice job there by Aube-Kubel. Head back to the point. Makar walks himself into position and shoots, and it's cut down in the slot by the Predators again. Good job there by Burakovsky to make the strip as Josi tried to exit with speed. The Avs will get a change here. Taken by Josi. Picked away from Cousins. Makar jams it up and through Maltsev and into the Nashville zone. Off the glass it goes. Here is Tyson Jost to put it back down to Ekholm. Rims it around at the hash as it crawled through Jost, and Duchesne bangs it back up ice. And with the spring, Tolvanen with a pass off the boards in front of his bench. Avs though able to clear it up and out. Poked into the neutral zone, Maltsev sweeps it back. And now here is Jack Johnson with a little room. Far side to near. This building has gotten awfully quiet in Nashville, Tennessee.
Amazing, isn't it, Moshe? Nashville had the momentum. The Avalanche with those 2 goals. Right now, they're in control of this game.
Granlund kept things alive, though. It comes to the near side, walking in. Tolvanen shoots wide of the net, and Kemper may have gotten a piece of it with his blocker. Predators now trying to push the issue. Josi with his shot. That's blocked away. Banged up ice intended for JT Compher, and Josi picked him up on the back check. Guerrier fumbles that puck. Sent up and out back to the Avalanche zone, and this could be an icing call, and it will be on the Nashville Predators.
You know, he's so important. Watch Cale Makar. You know, Moshe, it's one of those things where I get like crazy sometimes. He stepped on a stick, but I'm going, oh no, not Cale Makar. Not anybody. Ow. I did not see that angle. Please don't show that again.
Yeah, he's got magical ankles, so we'll not worry about it. People pretend it never happened.
Exactly.
You see that thing kind of get twisted on the wrong edge like that?
That's just him making one of those moves.
Yeah, exactly right. Gumby fashion.
Yeah.
Here's the draw far circle. Predators win it. Carrier. Hip check by Nichushkin. Big foul. Bumps it up to the point. Girard will sweep it. Eric Johnson works his way down the boards. Got through Duchesne, but lost the handle. Gathers it back in after the little pass. Rips it up now for Girard. A shimmy move and a wrist shot blocked in the slot by Duchesne. Outlet finds the target. Handle off. Who's getting a change. Kurt Johnson. Straight ahead. Now Peels as the Avs complete their change. Obi Kubel is on the ice. Up for Kadri. That pass missed him, but there was no icing on the play here. Tomasino finds McCarron. Lou McCarr goes to the Avs end as Cole Smith is in pursuit. Rubbed out along the end boards. Predators come away with the puck. Rip straight up top for Bennett. Sends it down the slot, deflected, and a save by Kemper. That puck was pounded right down into the eyes of the hashes, and it bounced to the front of the Avalanche net. Good steal by Obi Kubel. Here is Nichushkin ahead, finds Nazem Kadri. Big slap shot there and knocked away by Saros. He just fought that puck off with the heel of his catching glove. Under 3 minutes left here, period number 2. It's a 2-2 hockey game. Avs trailed 2-0 after 1. They've struck twice in period number 2.
It's way too early to be worrying about, playoffs and all of that. But this is a battle for first place. Avs win. They're in.
Turnover, redirected, score! Oh, no! With 2:35 to go in the second period, the Avs just coughed the puck up in their own end and hand it right to the Nashville Predators. Luke Cunnin has scored his second goal of the game. That's his 7th of the season.
Moj. That's simply, a horrible play. The Avalanche, you got control of the puck, get it out of the zone. You got bodies right there, just get it out of the zone. You've recaptured emotions of all the momentum in this second period, and now you've handed it right back to Nashville.
Everything was going your way if you're the Colorado Avalanche, and again, you got to stay focused on the task at hand. Just get that puck up. It's about the situational awareness. Johansson. McKinnon had lost it, dumped it down deep, but in stride, here's EJ. Stretch pass, finds Burakovsky, out of McKinnon. Hip check, Roman Josi went out to meet him and knocked him right off that puck. It's a 3-on-1 for the Predators as they bring it back in. Rantanen on the back check, evens up the numbers. Set up the boards for Burakovsky. He's got Tyson Jost with him in a 2-on-3. Swings it far side, and the Avs are offside. We'll take a timeout. 1:55 to go here in period number 2. Predators get one back, and they jump on top again. It's a 3-2 game. There is Nazem Kadri. You see all the numbers here. 13 goals, Pete, 47 points. Best start by 17 points.
And Moj, the thing that's interesting here, first 2 games of the season, he gets a goal and assist. He gets a couple of assists. So it's 1 and 3. Then he went 4 straight games with nothing. And I'm going, oh boy, what are we going to look at here? And from that point on, he has just been unstoppable. Just a relentless number of plays, points, big goals, key situations, big passes. It's been spectacular to watch.
Yeah, just make something happen every single night.
Every night, Moj.
Primary assist on the Obi Kubel goal here tonight.
If you're a forward who's supposed to score, that's what you want to do. You want to be a factor every possible night. You can't do it. But I'll tell you, he's coming as close as anybody I've seen in a long time.
Logan O'Connor challenging. Carrier has O'Connor all over him. That puck sent to the point. Taken by the Preds. Ekholm to the red line. Lobs that puck high in the Avs zone. It'll bounce right behind the net. First one to it, Girard. Tried to steer it for O'Connor. Ekholm had cut him off. Bodies down on the ice. Duchesne flings it off. Carrier to the hashes with his shot, and that never got through as it careens to the near corner. EJ will lift it up and out. Puck will roll slowly back down to the Nashville zone. Is it enough for an icing call? No, it is waved off. Approaching the 19-minute mark here of period number 2. The Avs were in total control of this period. Got the game even, but a turnover puts them at another deficit. There's one by the Predators. Can the Avs take advantage? Obi Kubel couldn't get it onto his stick. Finally chased it down. Kadri on the far side with less than a minute to go to Taves. Swept off from McCarr, who keeps it in. Kale. Straight away, sends it down deep, and the Avs wanted a redirect that went off the end of Kadri's stick. He was being checked. Dug out by Rantanen. Tried to fling it up the boards. It rolls slowly. Taves had pinched just a little bit and gambled. Puck is out. Avs want to get it right back in. Steered back for Taves. Kubel is off. Onto the ice comes Nichushkin. McKinnon will emerge shortly. Here comes Makar. Dishes it off for Kadri. The foul in the high slot. Immediately picked up by Luff, and the puck is sent up and out. McKinnon is on. It's sent to him at center ice. He'll motor his way down the right wing. Time winding down. 2 to go. 1 to go, and that will do it for 2 periods at Bridgestone Arena. So the Avs come back again in impressive fashion. They get the game even, but then a tough one late as Cunnin scores his 7th Pete to make it a 3-2 Nashville lead.
Yeah, but if you're the Avalanche, you have to say, first period, okay, we did it again to ourselves. In the second period, we did it again to ourselves. So just keep moving, just keep going, because they're confident they can find that next one.
At the end of 2, it's the Preds 3 and the Avs 2. You're watching Avalanche Hockey on Altitude. Stay tuned. The Toyota Intermission Report is next. You've got Kyle and you've got Riker.
Brought to you by your Front Range Toyota stores and the versatile 2022 Toyota Highlander. Toyota, the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche. Well, you're down 2-0 after 1. You have to start the second on the PK. Just score a couple of goals. You're back in it, but the turnover ends up biting them. Right now, they're down 3-2 after 2. Avs do fight back. Cale Makar watches a little shake and bake. Finds Kadri off the pads, and it's Kubel.
Going to break this down in a second. Amazing what Cale Makar can do, and then amazing how simple they keep the play. Kadri's just throwing it on net, hoping to get a little bit lucky. Look at the skating ability. I'm going to slow this down for you again, folks. It never gets old. And Kubel, there it is, 3 goals. And what, his last 4 periods looking pretty good.
Well, under 10, Avs got the Preds pinned. Shot gets blocked. Burakovsky, I'll have another rip at it. He's going to hammer it, and the Avs tie it up.
Strange on that shot block. It must have caught him above the pad and like right on the hip bone or something, because players don't normally get hurt getting hit like that. So I think it's a good call by the referees not to blow the whistle on Burakovsky. He's lethal from there. Just jams it in.
2.5 to go. Avs turn it over right there. Yeah, don't look. Right to the Preds. Luke Kunin.
It's one of those things, Kyle. You get it out of the zone, it looks great. And what happened? He towed it. Watch right here. So he goes to get it, and he toes it. He whips it across. If you're going to do that backhand play, it's risky. It's got to be 100% guaranteed. It wasn't. And in the NHL, that means it's in the back of your net. So he had the play. It was there. The puck either jumped on Compher's stick or he just caught it on the toe, but he just whiffed the play over to Newhook there at center ice.
Regardless, you got to feel better after the second than you do the first. All of a sudden, you beat Saros a couple times.
Yes.
You got some mojo. It's one mistake. It's in the back of your net. But here you go, third period with a real opportunity.
I'm super impressed. The Avalanche came out and found some energy. I thought they were just going to be gassed and mail this one in, but they came out, scored a goal, and then they found their legs and kind of dominated that period. That late goal is tough, but, I mean, this is a coin flip, I think, this third period here, Kiefer.
All right, coming up next, Riker going to break it down for you. The Kubel goal, but it's a lot about Cale Makar and the dancing across the blue line.
Oh, Fred Astaire.
What's the difference between good?
Report, Avs trailing 3-2 after 2. That rhymes with didgeridoo. Did you know it's coming?
Keep it Lou.
Yeah,
on the 2.
They're going to have to make that thing longer before 2.
I'm working on it.
All right, what do you got?
It starts with Cale Makar, ends with Kubel. Let's take a look at how good this goal is, folks, and what Cale Makar can do. Who thinks about going end-to-end all the time besides Cale Makar? Look at the speed coming in, Kubel, simple hockey. That's what we love, folks, but this never gets old. At this moment, this is what makes Cale Makar so incredible. He can head straight through the D, or he can head down the lane, whichever way he wants to go. We know what he does, but everybody's terrified to go against him. Simple play, simple goal, and here's one more look. The Gumby never gets old. Look at Ekholm, Kiefer. He's in full retreat. He's like, I'm going straight as fast as I can. Makar's doing the Gumby. We have no which way he's going. No which way. There's Kadri. Simple shot on the net. What's that lead to? Oh, that's a Yahtzee. That's a Happy Gilmore. Kyle Keefe slapping that into the back of the net. Oh, I love it. Simple hockey, simple plays, got the Avs back in it. To my surprise, they're right in this one, and I love it.
Oh, the energy came back.
I know, just like that. I just thought about coffee. I got a buzz.
All right, we'll go to break. Up next, Mosier Pete will take you home from here. Standing by with Andre Burakovsky. As the Avalanche intermission report continues.
We all need help.
Arena, Peter McNabb inside the Altitude Studios. A few moments ago, I had a chance to catch up with Avalanche winger Andre Burakovsky. Andre, the second period, you guys are familiar with that. You come fighting back, you got even, but you trail by one. What led to the comeback?
No, we talked about we have to play harder. We have to eliminate the mistakes. I think in first period we turned the puck over a little bit too much in between the blue lines. We need to just chip it in and hunt the puck. I think we did our way better in the second, and we got some puck backs too when we forechecked the D. So we're going to continue doing that and just keep eliminating our own mistakes.
You got to play until that whistle blows. That's certainly what you did. The slap shot is blocked, but you got it back for the wrister. Take us through that play.
No, I just called for the puck from Kubi. I saw he was laying down. I saw some space for me to walk in the middle and create opportunity, and obviously a great net presence from Nas as well.
All right, 5 comebacks in a row. Let's make it 6. Thanks so much.
For sure. Thank you.
And of course, Pete, if the Avs are going to come back in this game and win it, it's going to be the 6th consecutive comeback. Here are the all-time records in terms of consecutive comeback wins.
Since 1979. Why is that a date to remember? That's when the Edmontons, the Calgary, Winnipeg, Hartford joined the National Hockey League. They went from 17 to 21 teams. The league got bigger, crazier, and you can look at the comeback. Winnipeg, one of those clubs from the World Hockey Association. The LA Kings, they get Gretzky. Calgary, Anaheim, Columbus, Philadelphia. All of those clubs, really interesting stories. But Moshe, 5 times in a row, it's so impressive. I'd be really interested to talk to some of the players or some of the people that were around those other clubs, because the Avalanche have won games in every single possible way.
And they're going to have to do it again here tonight in Music City. Thanks for watching the Toyota Intermission Report. Stick around, because when we come back, the 3rd period and perhaps another Avalanche comeback is on deck. Fresh for everyone. And by Sondermind. Therapy that works because we make it work for you. Online or in person. Go to sondermind.com.
Keep the riding chain, stop drinking everything. Ready to stop the fight outright. No one can settle me. Toss a man of the free. That's what it takes to be me. That's what it takes to be a cowboy. Whiskey makes a heart break.
Period number 3 coming up. Peter McNabb in the Altitude Studios. Mark Mosier here at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Avs trailing the Preds by a score of 3-2. And let's take a look at the Central Division. This is what is on the line. The Avs have 4 games in hand on the Preds, but are 2 points back. Pete, they can take over the #1 spot if they can come back.
Yes, absolutely. But let's look at the 4 clubs at the top. I think Winnipeg is starting to maybe drop a little bit. I think it's going to be the 4 clubs, Nashville, St. Louis, Colorado, Minnesota, vying for positioning. I think the Avalanche, if healthy, are the best, but look at the home ice records for all 3 of these clubs, and the ability to score goals has been really impressive for all of these clubs.
Here are the Geico stats. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Taken away by the Nashville Predators. And ahead, teams in the States. Picked up now by Graham. Being stripped just inside the line. Now Nichushkin works his way back ahead. Gives it off for Burakovsky. Avs completing a change. Taken away by the Preds and Tolvanen. He'll lift that puck out. Avs with 23 shots on goal through 2 periods. The Preds with 21. Nashville with a couple of late tallies. And those were always ones that hurt. Certainly happened in period number 1 with less than a minute to go. And under 2 minutes to go in period number 2. Fabro got crunched by Obe Kubel, and Johansson rips it for Ekholm. Puck is bounced into the Avs and in a roll to the near side. Rantanen got pinned by Johansson. Battled for in the corner. Now the near side of this. Kadri. Not a clean exit for the Avs. It's sent out to the red line. Reds will turn it right back in. Here's Condon with a wrist shot. Saved by Kemper as he blockers it into the far corner. Reds now just sending that puck back and forth inside the Avalanche end. Josi away to the left point. Cut down by Kadri. Good active stick. And he lifts that one up and out. Obey Kubel able to get it toward the Predators' end as he took a hit. He'll stay with the play. It's not free. And ripped off the glass by Cousins. Not out of the zone quite yet. Avs still fighting for that loose puck. And it rolls away from O'Connor to the front of the cage, where Saros will smother. Here we are early in period number 3, Pete. So what do you want to see out of this Avalanche team to start building momentum to try to get even?
What do I want to see? I want to see them do it. I want to see them surprise me again. Stun me. The game against Toronto, I thought after the Austin Matthews first period, I thought there's no way. And they came back in that hockey game. That was the best hockey game I've seen in 5 years, regular season. And then last game, there wasn't a lot going on, and yet at the end, how excited were the fans at the end of that game?
Unbelievably excited, because the Avs gave them a reason to be excited, that's for sure.
Because that's what the Avalanche do. They entertain, they play hard, they're exciting. There's going to be moments when you're like, you know, could they be a little tighter here, a little tighter? No, forget that. They'll learn that stuff. And I think they're learning that stuff inside of these last 5 games, because there have been so many moments where if they'd given up another goal, the game would have been over.
McCarr steers it for Taves, sent to the front of the net, safe rebound, goal out, scramble, battle for the loose puck, and it's Jeannot who comes away with it. Saros couldn't handle that rebound. It kicked through a set of legs and then another. And then finally the Preds sweep it back to the Avalanche end. Bluff. In by McCarr along the inboard. That puck still in the trapezoid. Left there, picked up by JT Compher. He'll elude some traffic. Feeds it off now for O'Connor. Back to Logan O'Connor to the front of the cage. Wraparound try. What a save by Juuse Saros with the right skate. Glove down by O'Connor. Terrific power move by Logan O'Connor, but Saros made the push. That hops over EJ and it'll roll to center ice. Good play by Eric Johnson there as it bounced over the stick. Knocked in by O'Connor between his legs is Maltsev. Will race in for the forecheck.
Hey, Moj, every time you think you understand what Logan O'Connor brings, he makes a play like that. That was a tremendous. The goalie had no idea he was going in behind the net.
Maltsev will carry it in himself. Maltsev shoots and a blocker save. Rebound pushed off the side of the net. Avs still fight for that puck. Maltsev trying to dump it up the boards to the point. Jost will tip it up top. Gerard steers it off now for Murray. Wrist shot, redirect. Oh my God, what a save by Saros. I can't believe it. McDermott and the Nashville Predators fourth line center McCarron get into a little bit, but Juuse Saros with 2 monster saves.
Oh my goodness gracious. We're looking at why this goaltender has played so well. But watch O'Connor right here. I thought he was going to cut out front, and he went in behind. But here's this last play, and this is where Saros. Look at the flexibility, the read. I mean, that is just a game-saving save right there, because the Avalanche did everything right. 95% of the time, Moj, that's in. Wow.
The right skate got to the post, and that time he did the splits and denied Tyson Jost on a terrific redirect. Thought that was going to be a sure goal. Josi knocked down right as he stepped inside the Avalanche zone. That long dump toward the front of the net ricocheted wide. Tipped off for McKinnon. Poke check by Fabro right at the red line, and the Preds try to turn it back in. Line combinations are anybody's guess at this point as Jared Bednar tries to find more of a spark for his club. Right now, McKinnon is skating with Nichushkin and Andrei Burakovsky.
Moj, do we know for sure that after tonight's game, Gabe Landeskog returns for the Avalanche?
You know, Pete, I heard it was Saturday. I can't be sure, but I'd have him back anytime. Johansson, a little dangle move into the far corner. If it's up to me, he'd be back tonight. Long shot deflected, save by Kemper. Gerard got cut down. Penalty coming up on the Nashville Predators, and the Avs will get their 3rd power play opportunity of this game. Well, congratulations to Avalanche head coach Jared Bednar. He will be the Central Division's head coach for the upcoming 2022 Honda All-Star Game in Las Vegas.
And Moj, they're not picked. They earn the right to be the coach. They earn the right to be the coach. At a certain date, the team that has the best winning percentage, not the most points, the best winning percentage, that coach represents that division.
Well, Pete, there was going to be a penalty on the Predators. Now, Jack Johnson has been sent to the box as well.
Nashville, number 92. 2 minutes tripping, 2 minutes roughing. Colorado, number 3, 2 minutes roughing.
Okay, so first the tripping on Johansson, then each get 2 for roughing Johnson and Johansson. Here's the penalty.
Here's the penalty. Johansson's mad because he thinks Girard drops pretty easily.
There's Girard out on the ice.
No penalty yet by any stretch.
So everything seems to be okay. Stays on one knee. And he gives Girard a little bit of a shot there, and that's when Jack Johnson comes to his defenseman's defense.
I tell you what Johnson's saying right there to Johansson. Could you have found anybody smaller? I don't think we have one on our team. But if we do, we'll send him out so you can push him around.
So the second minor penalty will be served by Cousins, and the Avs will get their third power play, Peter. This is a huge moment in this game.
Absolutely huge. But the key there is the referee's call was perfect. They both deserve to get a little something extra. And you know what Johnson's saying to him? Really, you know, smacking a guy around is 5'9".
Referees tonight are Dean Morton and Tom Shimolewski. They are 2 veteran referees. Linesman David Brisbois and Tyson Baker.
Perfectly called. Perfectly called on the injury to the Nashville player where Burakovsky stepped in and scored. So this has been a well-refereed game.
Here is Nazem Kadri to take the draw, and he wins it right to Cale Makar. McKinnon bumps it. Kadri turns and fires wide of the net. That puck will bounce on the top of the boards to Cale. Back down for Mikko. Rantanen has had a bit of a quiet night here tonight in Nashville. McKinnon, run it by Tupreg. Very patient with the puck, lost the handle, and it's cleared out. That's what the Predators wanted to do on Makar and McKinnon tonight, is just throw 2 guys at him whenever you can and tie him up. Drop pass finds the target. Here comes Nathan McKinnon. His point streak was snapped last night. Kadri kicks it back up to the point. Makar surveys. Straight away to McKinnon. One-timer saved by Saros. Rebound. It's Big Val. Mikko dishes up top for Makar. Back to Rantanen it goes. Works his way toward the corner. Back to Cale. Have spreading some things out a little bit. Here's McKinnon. Darting toward the dot. Makar inching in closer. Back to McKinnon. To Kadri with another shot of that. Missed again. Same spot. Retrieved by Cale. Walks it straight away. McKinnon. One-timer. Score! Nathan McKinnon, a rocket ship inside the far post. It's a power play goal, and the Avs have tied the game at 3 as McKinnon is able to rip home his 6th goal of the season.
Moj, isn't it fascinating? Quiet night for McKinnon. You think they're doing a great job quieter. Power play, bang. And the Avalanche should tie this one at 3. And I guarantee you, which club would you rather be, Moj, right now? Score tied at 3.
I would rather be the Avalanche by a million miles.
Absolutely, because you are right where you have been the last 5 games. Coming on strong at that key time. Huge goal.
Predators win the draw again for Roman Josi. Benning flings it ahead. That one hit Duchesne in the gut. Turned back toward the Nashville zone as in pursuit is O'Connor on Josi. Roman Josi. You just see the elite level of his play, everything he does out there. Reds are offside. Granlund scoops it down the boards. Duchesne is in pursuit. Will smother Sam Girard. Puck is loose for Tolvanen. Now to the right point, Benning again. Flings it off the end boards. Paddled away by Darcy Kemper as that puck ricochet right to the post.
Moj, I didn't see the second assist. Kadri. He's got 2 assists again tonight.
Certainly does. An amazing job by Nazem Kadri. Ho-hum just another 2-point night. He's got 48 on the season. Predators will get a change, and so will the Avs. His team retreats back behind his net. Just amazing, Pete. The production just is there all the time for 91. Murray all the way to the red line. That one steered into Saros. Will play it. Quick exit by the Predators. Fourth line is out for John Hines. McCarron crashing into the pile. And Mike McCarron, by the way, is 6'6" and 235. That puck squirts out right to Nichushkin. He'll use his legs to find some territory. Down the wing comes Nichushkin. Wanted to get it off from McKinnon, and the Preds got a couple of sticks in the way. Bounce for Smith. Val is on him, trying to force the turnover. Burakovsky reaching in. Predators, though, have it. McCarron swings it up. Looking for Tomasino, and Makar says, I will take over. Feeds it off for Taves. Quick transition right back to the Nashville zone. The Avs again, dumping and chasing. Out shooting the Preds now 8-2 here in this third. From his gut, Obe Kubel could not get it into the corner as Nashville will clear it out.
We're seeing a lot of that, Moj. Nashville just getting the puck out of the zone. They're not having much zone time, offensive zone time against the Avs.
I'll tell you right now, Pete, you can hear a pin drop in this building. Mikko is dazzling. Gives it up for Girard. Now here's Kadri with a wrist shot and a glove save by Yossi Saros, and we'll take a timeout. 12:22 to go in the third. The Avs have done it again. They come back to get even with the Nashville Predators on McKinnon's 6th of the year. There should be a mountain time in your hand. Nazem Kadri working his way up the assists in the National Hockey League tonight. He goes from third place to number 1, Pete, with a couple of helpers.
Moj, if he had 35 points, that'd be a great season or to this point. This is assists. McDavid, Huberdeau for Florida is unreal. Fox, the defenseman, Hedman, McKinnon, the elite of the elite, and he is number 1. I'm telling you right now, no question in my mind, he is the best player in the National Hockey League. And I can back it up with points, I can back it up with consistency, I can back it up with anything you want right now. He has been on fire the last 20 games. Points in 19. And he has just made play after play. Beautiful. Brian Trottier, Peter Stastny, simple, correct, right plays at the right time.
And that's been his game. Now, he had a brilliant goal last night, of course, against the Seattle Kraken. But everything he's doing, Pete, is just steady, straightforward, very good hockey. That's what he's doing. Here's the draw in the near circle. Kadri will take it against Johansson. Predators win this one as Cunningham, who's got 2 tallies tonight, slides it far corner for Yossi, and that's lifted out. Swatted at by McCarn. Whipped in by Johansson. Pursuing his tape. Tried to chip it up the boards, and Cousins got a knee in the way. Nashville trying to find some space in the Avalanche end. Again going side to side off of Obe Kubel. Give it up for Yossi. A little sidestep move. Flips it. And even when Yossi doesn't have a play to make, Pete, he just seems to be able to keep things alive. Just little things that he does in addition to being a great player.
He's like McCarr. The puck follows him around.
Nazem Kadri into the Predator zone. Got cut off. Turns it to the front of the net and went right through the crease. As Rannon let that one go. To the point, it's Makar. Got around a man. Kale to the circle with a wrister. Safe rebound. Saved by Yossi Saros. And it's picked up by the Preds and Carrier. And a penalty coming up on the Colorado Avalanche. I believe it's going to be a high stick, and it might be a double minor here, Pete. It is. Oh, no. Johansson got high sticked, and the Avs will have to be on the PK here. Mikko will sit.
That's 4 minutes. High stick.
He'll be right in front of the net. He gets pushed, pushed, pushed. And then he comes up high. And the minute you see a guy look over at the referee, you know that he's probably done something he wishes he hadn't.
And Johansson was sitting there and cross-checking him time and time again, and then there comes the stick.
Yeah, but Moj, yeah.
And it clips him right in the head.
It doesn't matter how many times you get cross-checked. You don't hit a man in the head.
I agree with that, Pete. That's why he's got a cut on the bridge of his nose, and the Avs will be shorthanded for 4 minutes here.
And Moj, you talked about it. What has been that one soft underbelly of the Avalanche almost all season long?
It's been this penalty kill unit.
Yep. And so this is a gigantic, inside of this game, inside of the standings, 4 minutes for the Avalanche.
Avs have killed just 10 of the last 18 opponent power play opportunities in the last 6 games, and 1 power play goal in each of those. And again, I'll lay it out for you because it is reality and we don't hide from that. 21 games this season, the Avs have given up a power play goal. That's second worst in the NHL to the Arizona Coyotes. Josi swings it off for Duchesne. Back to Matt Duchesne to the near side. Johansson got the repair, so he's on the ice. Johansson throws it off Duchesne's legs. Chopped at. Back to Duchesne it goes. Challenged by Taves. Chip free. Comes to EJ, and he'll jam at 200 feet.
Perfect. Get it
40 seconds
out
done.
simple. Yep, just most just nothing dangerous. If you get it, dump it.
Here come the Preds again. Duchesne chips it down the wing. Off by Tolvanen along the inboards. It's scooped to the near side as Granlund awaits. Dishes up top for Roman Josi. Tolvanen into the slot. Deflected over the top by Duchesne. Designed play. Again, the Predators have given up 2 shorthanded goals this season. The Avs have scored 6. Still tops of the NHL. Tied with the Vegas Golden Knights. Always something to keep an eye on with Logan O'Connor and JT Compher and company out there. Deflected save by Kemper. Score. Duchesne able to pick it up on the far side. And in the first half of the double minor, the Nashville Predators have retaken the lead. It's now a 4-3 game. Kemper made the first save, but the puck got away from him, and Duchesne able to pot it home.
Promotion, 4-minute minor, double minor. You thought maybe Nashville, with the way the Avalanche kill penalties, might get 1, but they can't get 2. They can't score on both ends of this double minor, and the Avalanche expect to come back with less than 10 minutes to go.
That's for sure. Again, it been created a quick goal-mouth scramble. Duchesne was able to put it home right at the halfway mark of period number 3. So again, the Avs are going to win this game. They'll have to come back for the 3rd time. Jammed by Taves all the way down. On the move is Carrier. Slingshots it off. Cousins will get across the red line and carry it in. Batted away by the Avs. Val Nichushkin with 2 shorthanded goals this season. Racing for it. Hot on the stick of Carrier. Reds. Put back in as Ekholm lets it go up the boards. Comes to O'Connor. He's got Nazem Kadri with him. It's 2-on-3 coming back for the Avs shorthanded. O'Connor's down the slot. Shoots and a save by Saros. That puck was slid through, and Saros gets his left pad out. The Avs are dangerous on the kill, but they've got to deny the Predators as Ekholm couldn't flag down that pass right between the circles. Lifted up and out by Samuel Girard. Here's O'Connor chasing Josi back to the Pred zone again. Under a minute to go in the second half of the double minor. Nashville has already scored 1. Here comes Johansson. Cuts it up the gut in a scissor move. Tolvanen bangs it around to the near side as Granlund awaits. Slides it for Josi. Long wrist shot saved by Kemper. Got it in the gut. 40 seconds left in the kill.
Man, you know you're going to be pushing it. O'Connor, Kadri were coming up the ice. Kadri, you know, he's an offensive guy, obviously, but he kill penalties, and he's out there, and they're driving towards the net, and they came oh so close. Look at that play. What a brilliant play he made to get that puck to O'Connor.
That will be in the near circle. Here is Nazem Kadri to take it. Again, 40 seconds to go. The Avs out shooting the Preds 35-26. And now Kadri's going to be kicked out of the draw yet again.
It's got to be 3 times a game.
It would seem that way, Pete. Again, no official stat, but I tried to look for things that he does that upset the linesman. Trushkin can't win it.
There's verbal stuff too, Mosh. Maybe we don't hear.
Perhaps. Saucered off for Duchesne. He'll find Josi straight away. There's a long wrist shot way over the top. Flashing to that puck is Taves. A little miscommunication with EJ. Allowed Nashville to collect their thoughts and get on the near side. Squirts through Granlund. Picked up by Kadri. Gives it up for Val, and he'll turn it all the way down.
All right. You got through that one, Moshe.
Yep, 10 seconds to go in the kill for the Avs. Brought ahead by Yossi. Brandon wants out of the box. Yossi offside. And that faceoff will come into the neutral zone, so Mikko takes a seat back down and gets a few more seconds of rest.
We talked about the idea this is game 6 of this 17-game set in 31 days for the Avalanche. But they do have a couple days off before their next game. And you know Coach Bednar is going to look at every single player, how much rest they need, how much practice do we need. Every base will be covered.
Yep. Of course, the Avs have the Coyotes at home on Friday and then at Arizona coming up on Saturday night. As Rantanen had 3 Predators right on him as he tried to scoot that puck along the boards and out. Down goes Sissons and the puck is freed up. Well, time will start to be an issue here pretty soon for this Avalanche squad. And down to the ice is Aube-Kubel in front of the benches. We're going to take a timeout. Nicholas Aube-Kubel is down and they've blown the whistle. Avs trailing 4-3. Got to come back again. Avs are back at home. As I said, they host the Arizona Coyotes. So make sure you join us right here on Altitude when complete coverage begins at 6:30. It's the Avalanche and Coyotes Friday Night Hockey, and it's only on Altitude.
Moshe, this was scary. Aube-Kubel is starting to calm down a little bit. But when this first came up, that is pure accident. That's not one of those ones you're going to get a penalty. But it hit him right below. Look how close that is.
Right on the cheekbone, right below the eye, Pete.
Forget the cheekbone. Look where that is compared to the eye.
Yeah, right below his eye.
It's not even an inch away. Oh my thing. Good. And Ekblad came over immediately to make sure that he was okay.
Yeah, and it's not a penalty, of course, because it's a follow-through on the dump inside the zone. A natural follow-through motion. So the Avs have got to get to work here. Under 7.5 left to try to get even. It's a 4-3 Nashville lead. Girard. Outlet finds McKinnon. Got through a man Fabro. McKinnon hard. Couldn't get the forehand off. Collects that puck again. McKinnon trying to dart through. Steers it off. Far side Burakovsky back to McKinnon. Straight away. Samuel Girard back to McKinnon. Far side is McCarr. Long reach shot. That missed by a mile. High rising shot. Pushed up, not out. Burakovsky jams it off for Girard. Centering pass through everyone to Val. On the far side, McCarr now straight away. Kale works it through the circle, shoots, and scores!
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me! Kale McCarr! He's able to work it into the circle, and he goes top shelf on UC Saros to tie the game at 4. It's his 16th goal of the season. That leads all defensemen in the National Hockey League, and Kale McCarr may have just saved the day.
Mark Mosier, are we lucky? You and I like hockey. We like good hockey. This isn't just good hockey. First we see McKinnon score, and now, I mean, look where this shot goes. I mean, Mosier, he couldn't have walked in and said, I'm going to put it right here. And the guys are just dancing by guys. Guys on the ice for Nashville, you know, they're standing still or they're going to the wrong spot. That was...
That's simply brilliant, Pete. Look at these numbers. I mean, when you put him in the same category as Bobby Orr through 29 games played, it's hard to even explain. It's hard to fathom.
Because, I mean, I was lucky enough to play against Bobby. I missed playing with him by a summer, but I played against him, and he was the most frightening player offensively I had ever seen. He could do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted, to whoever he wanted to do it against.
Dump to the side of the net and gloved by Darcy Kemper. Well, Makar is doing some historic things, that's for sure. And we always say, again, you think of the legends of the game, but when you start stacking the names and the numbers that they're producing up against the legends of the game, and they're right there, you've got to recognize, Peter, exactly how special this young man is.
Those aren't the legends of the game. That is the legend of the game for defensemen. There is nobody else that is compared, you know, to Bobby Orr. But there's Bobby Orr, and then you start comparing other defensemen. And that's where he is right now. It just absolutely, but again, it comes back to the thing that I enjoy the best about Makar. He's already forgotten about it. He's already on to the next play. He'll talk, people, you know, he'll talk about it after the game because people want to talk about it. But this is, I mean, that was no accident.
Oh, it was not. When you see him with the sweeping motion around to the forehand, again, you just get dazzled by it. Hold your breath. Ab's able to clear. That was Makar. Off threaten and skate. Back to the Nashville zone for Ekholm. Ripped up ice. Pushed ahead now for Cunnin. He'll dump it hard far corner. Murray not tied up, trying to stay with the play. Funnel around back behind the net. Clark pushes off. Wrapped ahead for Kadri. He'll send it in. Ekholm. The boards with it. Center ice Cunnin. Picked up by Taves. Works his way in. Not cut off by Taves, who again played it perfectly. Just off the bench is Sissons. Here's Luff. Luff has had a dangerous night. To Yossi with a bomb, and then his own man down in the slot. Avs will carry it ahead with a 3-on-2. Burakovsky with McKinnon. Back to Burakovsky. Tried to center it off, and the Preds knocked it away. Foul will stay with it, dumps it into the corner. Ripped up top for Jack Johnson with a shot, and a blocker saved by Saros off the glass. Into the corner, Burakovsky.
I was just reminded, and you're doing such a great job. You didn't get into the hotel until 3:15.
That is correct, Pete. And these guys are playing really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming back again and trying to complete it. Under 5 minutes to go here in period number 3. Avs will get a wholesale change. Up front, it's O'Connor, Jost, and JT Comfort. Crowd now starting to get energetic. At Bridgestone as Duchesne brings it up the middle. On the back check, poked away by Comfort. Stayed with it. EJ gloves that puck down. Pokes it up the boards, but right to the Preds. Avs will intercept there, and Comfort's on the move. Fires it ahead. Working it in is O'Connor. Logan got deep and lost the puck. He'll bounce it around to the near side. Nobody home. Granlund with a pitchfork up and out. Wide of the net. Icing is waved off at the last second by the linesman. Push towards Tyson. Jost could not get a chip on it. Here come the Predators flashing up. Yossi working around Jost, delivers off, and there's a one-timer saved by Darcy Kemper. It went high in the air, and it's chopped away through Aube-Kubel. Another shot saved there again by Kemper. If Roman Yossi will do that, he will throw the puck to the front with regularity. 3:45 left in the third period. Avs trailed 2-0. And then it was 2-2, then 3-2, then 4-3, then 4-4 as Cale Makar goes top shelf for his 16th. That was a thing of beauty. Stay tuned. We got some big-time hockey left. Avs Happy Hour presented by Odell Brewing when the Avalanche host the Coyotes coming up on Friday night. Each Happy Hour package comes with 1 ticket and an Odell beer. So learn more at ColoradoAvalanche.com.
You know, we talk an awful lot about, you know, the players and the whatever. The coaches must be having a heck of a time right now trying to figure out, you know, what's going to happen next. I mean, this is a club that's been behind for a good part of this game, but we're at 4 with what, 4 minutes to go in this hockey game?
Yep, the only thing that's been predictable, Pete, is the unpredictability.
Yeah, but it's so much fun.
Draws in the far circle. Avs win it. Nice job by Comfort. EJ up the boards, and it skips through Mikko. Got stood up and knocked down by Yossi. And how was that not an interference call, as that puck had already slid way into the Nashville zone? Brandon crushes Josi back into the Avalanche end. Josi staying with the play and jams it rink wide. Counted up by Girardi now. Off of Aube-Kubel. Kadri got tripped up, and he's down on the ice. Nazem Kadri is slow to get up, and dumped down again was Benning inside the Pred zone by Rantanen. Kadri's back on his skates. That puck is flipped and gloved down by Taves. Brought ahead by Kadri.
Mosh, Kadri can't get mad. He wants to get mad, but he can't.
Taken down was Rantanen again, and the referees are letting everything go right now, and I mean everything. Carrier flings ahead into the Avalanche end as he's picked up by Taves, dropped it for Granlund, tried to deliver down low, and McCarr broke that up. And a nice play because Tolvanen was cutting to the front of the cage. Up the boards it comes. Pred's trying to push it back down. Taves again able to dig it loose. Fed ahead by Nichushkin. He finds McKinnon into the Predator zone. Looking for a trailer, drops it off. It's McCarr down the goal line. Cale behind the net. Stick handling in a phone booth. Cale Makar swings it up top for Jack. Now McKinnon one-timer and he fans on it. Burakovsky shoots it, a save by Soros. Burakovsky peels away from two Preds. Wants to give it up and will not. Turns it to the forehand. A rifle saved by Soros in traffic. And it's poked up and out by the Preds. Eric Johnson will turn it right back ahead for McKinnon. And he'll try the wing again. Up top, and a shot off a stick and wide of the cage. So close. Avs right now cycling at will, and we have a stoppage in play. We may have too many Avs on the ice. And we do. Oh, no. Here's the look at the Kadri hit. He got tripped up by Cousins.
Oh, he didn't call that one.
And here's Rantanen in. He gets tackled down.
He doesn't call that one. Now, which one? Burakovsky's got a great opportunity right there. Which one does he call?
Too many men on the ice, Pete, by the Avalanche.
Okay.
Eric Johnson was trying to get across and get off.
Nashville is taking their 30-second timeout.
So the Preds have called a timeout. They want to regroup here and get as much rest for their top guys as possible. Peter, 1:53 to go in the third period. A tough time to take it too many men.
But Moshe, how much fun are you and I having? I mean, we had the game here that in my mind, should never have been played, but that's just me. Okay, but you play it. Then everybody goes on hiatus. For the Avalanche, and it ends up being 17 days. And then they come back, and they start this run. And it's been night after night after night for you and I to just be in amazement of this team's ability to entertain, to play with spirit, to find a...
Let's take a look here. A lot of stuff in front of the bench.
Okay.
Avs had a man jump on right now as they're changing. There's five. There's... Very close.
Well, I didn't see a whole lot of... They weren't involved in the play.
Roman Josi after the drop finds Duchesne. Turnaround shot, Johansson blocked away. Preds 1 for 3 on the night on the power play. Josi so calm up top. Back to Matt Duchesne with a shot. Saved by Camper. He'll jump on the rebound. Avalanche fans, the law firm of Berg Simpson reminds you that when the game is on the line, call 303-790-2525. Berg Simpson, good lawyers, changing lives, and this game is on the line.
Well, the Avs will take that all night. A 40-foot shot with no one in front.
Here's Kadri. Started to inch his way in. Puck is down. Avs have it. Here comes Devon Taves. He'll wheel to center ice and dump it in. Smart play by the veteran defenseman to let Logan O'Connor apply the pressure for checking. 1:23 left in regulation. Predators on the power play for Duchesne up the middle. Avs took a sweep at it and hit Kadri in the skate. Racing forward is O'Connor, and you saw Roman Josi get a little bit more giddy up in his stride when he saw 25 approaching him.
I'm sure other teams are saying, make sure you watch from the penalty kill, watch for 25. He's faster than you think.
Yeah, this kid will jump on you. And Josi again, Peter, almost like the old Duncan Keith style, that little chicka-chicka-choo. Well, it's the best way I can describe it.
I love it.
Here's Tolvanen in as he whips it around the inboards. Did not get a lot. Avs will bat it up. It'll crawl up and all the way down the ice. 38 seconds left in regulation. Can the Avs survive this Nashville power play? Carrier right on the stick of Cousins up the gut. Into the Avalanche zone, swept for Cunnin, who's got 2 goals already tonight. Pull cued around for Ekholm, the defenseman. Gives it back for Cousins. He'll whip it around to the near side. Time winding down with 17, now 16 to go. Up top, Carrier. Feeds it off for Ekholm. Bump now for Tomasino. Pushed in front. A ricocheted puck on the stick of Logan O'Connor, and he'll skate it up and out. Trying to push it through. Ekholm couldn't quite do it. And we're going to go to overtime at Bridgestone Arena. The Avs have come storming back to tie the game at 4. They'll have to kill off 7 more seconds of a Nashville power play, and then it'll be overtime hockey, even strength. Cale Makar, his 16th of the season, gets the Avs even late here in period 3. Up at 4 goals apiece, and this Avalanche team, Pete, my goodness gracious. Here are the goals that got him back. There's the shot by Burakovsky.
And with the guy lying on the ice. And then McKinnon, after a quiet night, ties it at 3. And then Makar, the goal of the night. Absolutely. Top shelf, far side, ties it at 4. And since 2 months ago, basically, since November 17th, this is ridiculous. This isn't defensemen. This is everybody in the National Hockey League, second behind the unreal talented Austin Matthews. Wow.
And of course, Philip Forsberg is not playing here tonight. He's in COVID protocol for the Predators, and he's been dynamic. But you see who's on the ice: Kadri, Taves, and EJ. And the Avs win the draw.
Because Moses, it's going to be a 4-on-4 for a while.
Well,
that's what.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because they can't go to 3-on-3 until there's a whistle.
Baltsev is out of the box. Avs have McKinnon on. Here's Cale Makar as he's jumped onto the ice, leaves it for McKinnon. So a 4-on-4 until we do get a whistle, fed off for Devon Taves. Avs with 39 shots on goal. The Preds have 30. The Avs outshot Nashville 16-9 in the 3rd. Taves will drop it for Kadri. Now it's McKinnon. Into the circle. A drag move, shoot, saved by Soros. Rebound tipped up top. Back to Cale Makar it goes. A shimmy move, a shot saved by Soros, and he'll hold on as he pushed to the left side of his crease and stayed there.
You're going to look at a couple of guys. If you're Nashville, the last thing you want is a zoop right here. McKinnon and now Makar. Back-to-back opportunities. And when he gets right there, you should see Moj, the players for the other team's mind working like, what's he gonna do? Stay your ground, stay your ground. Because now we back off the 3-on-3.
Did you just say zoop?
Yeah, I certainly did.
I like it. Comfort can't win the draw.
You think you're the only one?
Sound Effect City.
Yeah, that's right.
Predators have it deep in their own end with Ekholm. Rantanen will forecheck on him. Fed ahead for Granlund. Makar picks him up in the neutral zone. Granlund. Stick handles in around Comfort. Comfort let him go. His man is up top in Tanner Jeannot. Now it's Ekholm. Working away from Mikko. Rantanen trying to reach. Avs take the puck away. JT Comfort. To middle he goes, and he drops it for Cale Makar. Makar will let Comfort change. On the ice comes McKinnon, and Mikko Rantanen will also change. Burakovsky is out there. Brought ahead by McKinnon. He'll have a burst up the gut. McKinnon down the slot, shoots it over the top of the net. It was deflected, and the faceoff will stay in the Nashville zone.
And Moj, I mean, when you watch what's happening right now, Makar through the legs, right back, here comes McKinnon. Now the one guy coming off the bench is a little late, so he can't really help out. But Moj, this was a battle for first place. With 2 goaltenders, one, Saros has been unreal. And, you know, Kemper needed a big game tonight. And it's 4-4, and the goalies have been good, but these 2 teams have just gone for it.
Chopped away. Avs will pick it up, and it's slid out of the zone by McKinnon. Girard has emerged from the bench for the Avalanche. Nazem Kadri is also on the ice, and here we go. With 1:45 into overtime, still tied at 4 as Girard picks up the pace. Girard drops it for Kadri. Back to Sammy G. He looks for McKinnon as he sweeps it up high and carries it out of the zone. Didn't like what he saw. Predators fans getting a little bit intense. Here's McKinnon. He'll burst in on Yossi into the slot, and he had it poke checked away and blew his own tire. Oh no, it's a 3-on-1. Here come the Predators with Yossi through the circle, down deep, cross ice pass deflected, save by Kemper. Loose puck. Yossi turns and shoots. Save. Kemper rebound. Save by Darcy Kemper. It's banged ahead for Kadri. He's got a breakaway into the Predator zone. He shoots and a save by Soros. And I'm losing my mind in Music City. Holy cow, 2 saves at each end of the ice, and we have a penalty coming up. The Predators had 27 guys on the ice, and the Avs will get
Avalanche.
Are you sure, Pete?
I am positive.
Avalanche.
You're
Bench
right.
pointer for too many men on the ice.
Oh my goodness, you're right, Pete.
Golly.
I saw 5 Preds standing in front of their bench, and I assumed it was them.
When he pointed, I went, here's McKinnon right here. Everybody's scrambling. But here it comes. Now, if I'm going to have one guy back defensively on that kind of situation, I want it to be Devon Toews. He is the best defensive defenseman the Avalanche have.
Oh man, Pete, I saw all the Preds standing in front of their bench. Let's take a look again at what happened here, because my focus was down on this side.
Of course it was. I thought the first one was a little bit light.
Well, what?
Where? What?
What am I missing?
What am I not? There had to be somebody hiding in a corner.
Pete, they called it on the Avalanche, and the Predators, I'm telling you, Pete, they had a bunch of guys. I didn't see it. I'm flummoxed, beyond flummoxed. Avs shorthanded with JT Compher in. Shoots, and a blocker saved by Soros. The question is, you want to try to eat the puck here? I don't know. So much talent out for the Preds. Roman Josi brings it in. Johansson shields away. Now to Josi. Swings it off for Granlund. A top one-timer, block shot, score! Matt Duchene has the game-winning goal in overtime after the block by JT Compher, and the Predators come back and win by a final score of 5-4.
Well, the Avs do get a point, Moshe. And they come back to get a point. But they got to be shaking their head at...
Compher being helped to the bench by Curtis McDermott after he blocked that shot. Again, I don't know, Pete. I saw the replay. I didn't see too many men. You see right there, the puck just goes right to Duchene for his second goal of the night.
Great shot.
Yeah, he now has I should say 8 goals in 8 games against his former team.
Well,
that's the way it is. Avs will have to live with this one, and again, I didn't see it there at the very end. Our final score in Music City. It's the Predators 5 and the Avalanche 4 in overtime. Be sure to join us again on Friday night when the Avs host the Coyotes. We'll have complete coverage for you beginning at 6:30 Mountain Time. It's the first of back-to-back games between the Avalanche and the Desert Dogs. Now let's send you back to the studio for Kyle and Riker with the Avalanche Locker Room Reports.